Yes,
we are live. We are live.
Wow.
It was like the top one was like $30-something, and I was like,
oh my god.
I mean, it's a lip balm. Like, I'm not sure I can. Now, I adore the application process. It's glossy, so I don't know how you're gonna feel about the gloss factor.
I don't know. Now with the new facial hair, maybe I should highlight my lips a bit.
You should. You definitely.
But it was in. I'll send you the picture. I screenshotted
This
the
looks
TikTok.
fancy. They only sell them in like tiny babies. That's how fancy it is.
I think so.
That is
Cool.
cool.
What? You do something strange with your coffee? It's got a unique smell. Is that the new coffee?
Smells
That's
good.
probably coming from the bathroom.
That's
my
what
hand
I
lotion.
smell.
Doesn't it smell a little bit like
It smells-
pork roll?
It smells wrong.
Yeah.
But I don't know why. Let me
Yeah.
smell again. Something's wrong.
So the TikTok just basically recommended this. So.
Well, what they did was they took a bunch of different.
We'll be starting in a moment.
Do you want me to wait?
No, go ahead. Finish your story.
They took a bunch of some lab somewhere, took a bunch of different lip balms and whatever, and they tested how long they held moisture. And this one was the third one from the top.
Third best. Everybody's favorite.
But it was like right in my wheelhouse of like it kind of met all my
Also great as an
This one's
overnight
the top,
lip
right?
mask.
yeah.
There you go.
Just good
That's
old-fashioned
yeah.
chapstick.
Well,
Chapstick is number one.
Thanks, Mom Brain. This is amazing.
You're very welcome.
All right.
Really honored.
Let's get going here.
Me and my lips.
3, 2, 1. Go Nintendo Podcast, episode 903, the Sneasler Podcast. Ooh, this guy's firing all cylinders today. Mom Brain, can you tell us about Sneasler, please?
It's not my
God
hair
bless
though.
you.
I did do
Thank
something.
you. Year of our
It's okay.
Lord bless you.
He's coming, It's his birthday soon. Because of Sneasler's virulent poison and daunting physical prowess.
Mm-hmm.
Am I a Sneasler? No other species could hope to best it on frozen highlands. Preferring solitude, this species does not
you just
form
answered
packs.
your own question.
I think I am. They're 4 feet tall, 94 pounds, male and female. Category is free climb. That's where our paths diverge.
You climb onto the couch. Climb into your bed.
Climb into the bath.
Climb into your truck when it's working.
Yeah.
Climb over children.
Yeah.
Climb the stairs to go up to bed.
Climb the.
You're a climber.
I'm a climber. Just don't ask me to climb a mountain or anything like that. Abilities include pressure.
Okay.
Care to sing a song about that?
Nope.
Okay. Puts other Pokemon under pressure, causing them to expend more PP to use their moves. And unburden. Oh, yep. That is also where we don't cross paths. Which boosts the speed stat if the Pokemon's held item is used or, of course, lost. And there you have it.
That's all you're gonna say there?
It's the end of the Pokemon section.
There we go. Thanks, Mom Brain. Mom Brain's here.
She sure is.
How are you, Mom Brain?
I am so exhausted.
I know.
Got a new student this week as kind of a little surprise.
Christmas came early.
Yeah.
It's me.
My teaching assistant reminded me that was fine as long as we kept the receipt. We will not be returning the child. The child is delightful, but requires a lot of work. Not up to my standard yet, but the child did not have us as teachers.
If
so we'll get
Animal
there.
Crossing has taught me anything, you just have to ignore them for a few weeks, and then they'll come to you and ask to leave the
That's
island.
it.
Oh, okay. All right, we'll try that.
But it sounds like this one's a good one. So
Yeah. This one's a keeper. This one I'll bring a gift.
Well, it's the
yeah,
first
give them
week.
gifts.
Yeah, every day.
So you give him
A
when he
kid's smock.
first shows up, you give him a new sleeping bag and a soap. Like what do you do?
I've got a lot to share about Animal Crossing this week. As a matter
Spoiler
of
alert.
fact.
Deux is also here.
Ooh,
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much for asking.
Look at that picture. My goodness. Nicky Hill is here. How are you, Nicky Hill?
I'm all right.
Okay. My friend from college, Josh Grobot, is here. Josh, the one and only. How are you feeling?
That is correct.
That's correct. You're here. Happy to have you.
I am the world's best.
Oh boy. What is going on over here? There's something going on.
It happens every
That's
week.
none of your business.
I guess not. And George is my business. George, how are you? Buongiorno.
Bonjour, no.
Good.
Great to see you.
Good to see you, George.
Prime time. Long time no speak.
George, you're the best. I don't know how else to say it. You're the best. We got so much to talk about this week before we get into news. Some is game related, some isn't game related. Yes, we have our week or our bi-weekly Do You Nintenknow trivia. That will be in a little bit. Remember, you have to be A, in the Discord to participate in trivia. B, you have to be here live, obviously. If you're listening to the audio version only, it already happened. We already played, and hopefully somebody won. But if you're here now, live, and you're in the Discord, type in, I want to play trivia in all capital letters. We'll pick somebody.
Do it live.
Probably in about a half hour from now, I'll say. So just, again, all capital letters, I want to play trivia. You need to be on Discord. And I will private
the first
message you.
person
You know you
that
can
says
play
it, 'cause
Tetris for free
Not
on
already got it.
Tetris.com.
It's Nicky Hill. It's no, not the first person.
Master Higgins was the first.
So we'll figure it out. But as long as you type it once, you don't need to spam it. We'll get you. Don't worry. So like I said, there's other things I want to cover first, but Do You Nintenknow is coming. I worked all this week with Josh on diction and cadence and
That is incorrect.
and all volume and all that kind of stuff. So don't worry.
Shovel-shin.
I will also
That is
read
correct.
the question, but Josh has really worked hard on this, so he's prepared
That is
to
correct.
speak in a completely. I'm not. That's it. Just
That is
it's gonna be
correct.
better than ever. Thank you, Josh. But first things
That is
first.
correct.
Community Day was today.
No.
That is correct. For Pikmin Bloom and Pokemon Go, obviously, but we're talking about Pikmin Bloom in particular. Dude did the traditional Pikmin Bloom and walked outside to get his 10,000 steps and locked him in and got himself a badge. What did-
Tradish.
what
He
was
did a tradish.
He did a tradition. What was the badge? by the way?
Hella Boris.
I'll take your word for it.
Hella Boris.
It's always something I'm like, I've never heard of this.
Sure. Whatever.
And I did it on the treadmill. And the other week you heard me say Pikmin Bloom doesn't work on the treadmill. Well, it does.
You
And
got
let
it
me
working.
explain why, because I'm stupid. First,
He carried the treadmill on his walk today.
Ice Dilbert. Hello, Ice Dilbert, and Alternate Sliz, and Highly and Tom, and Radical Defect, and Retsuza, and Human Fart, Gecko Kitsune, Tony De La Mancha, Nicky Hill, Nico Darunia, Drake, and Anastasia Beaverhausen, and the Super Sanchez, and whoever else I didn't see in here. Thanks for joining us today, everybody. I look forward to spending the the afternoon with you.
Smash that subscribe button.
Smash that subscribe button. Wow. So yes, the other week I was like, Pikmin Bloom doesn't work on the treadmill. Doesn't count my steps. Now, does anyone want to guess why I thought Pikmin Bloom doesn't count your steps on the treadmill? Your only hint is it's very dumb.
And then can I tell my embarrassing story from this week?
Sure. Any guesses?
Sure.
I don't know. Were
Whatever.
you using like GPS instead of your step counter or something?
No, that would be much smarter.
Hmm.
I want to stress this is really dumb.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't be
Right,
that dumb. I'm
Master
too smart for
Higgins.
this. Can't come up with one.
You put it on top of the treadmill, didn't you? Well,
Oh, were
I'm-
you watching something?
Oh,
I'm going to say yes to that answer,
That's what you
Master Higgins.
did.
Yes. So as I've said, I'm watching game shows on my phone
That is correct.
while I'm on the treadmill. But, you know, for 2.5 years, I had my... No. 2.5 years, I had my phone in my pocket. So I'm so stupid that I watched stuff on my phone while
Oh,
I'm on the
no.
treadmill in front of me. You know, the phone is in
So-
front of me. And then
Perhaps
later on
that
in the
was
day,
the
I
most
looked and I'm like,
important part.
300 steps doesn't work on a treadmill. I didn't have the phone on me.
So then, did you hold your phone while watching things for 2 hours?
No, I'll tell you what I did. But I it's like one of those things where you're like, where's my phone? I can't find my phone while your phone is in your hand. I was
I've
like,
been
how
there.
stupid is this? Hi, Blood Ocean. Good to see you. So what I did is I brought my laptop downstairs and set it up on the table down there, plugged it in, and watched that way. So it was too far away to use headphones. My laptop speakers aren't the best, but it worked. I can do it better next time, but that's what I did. So bigger screen, worse volume, but We enjoyed Let's
Does it
Make a
have
Deal.
USB out. You can output it to a monitor like a TV.
Yes, it has HDMI and all that stuff. So I got I got a
That's
whole
what I
bunch.
mean, HDMI.
I figured. Hi Roth. Hi Zikamudo.
Maybe just,
By the way, trivia today. If you guys want in, say I want to play trivia, all capital letters. Yes, do.
maybe you should just replace that comfy chair down there and play all your games from now on from the treadmill. You'd never have to sit down again.
That would be
Oh,
a
do
nightmare.
you remember that?
I was gonna say.
I want to say it was like 2006. And I don't know if it was E3 or CES that we went to, but that's what they were trying to do was active gaming, where you were on like a treadmill and
That went in
the
every
thing-
direction,
the
kind of thing, right?
well,
Or
like there was like a pedestal kind of, and you would lean on it to go forward and back, and it like took effort to really push it. And it was all, I mean, you weren't pushing it hard, but it's all resistance training or whatever. So like,
Yeah.
be actively
not
doing
for me.
Now they have those things that are like it's like a solo octagon that you stand in. Like it's literally for one person, and you put
That's
on
the
like the
thing
little
I've seen.
booties,
You're like,
and it's like
you're
this.
hung over,
It's
right?
the slippery floor that you like walk on, but you're not going anywhere. Yeah, because it's like a.
Are you hung like from a?
Well, thank you.
Support.
Yeah, he definitely is.
Nice.
I can confirm that.
Especially since the weight loss.
Some of them are do have that,
There
yes,
you are.
and other ones
There.
have like a belt thing that you like strap into, and it's kind of suspends you above the
That's
thing.
what I
So yeah, it's funny because you're bringing this up, and I just saw somebody on TikTok yesterday who is on their weight loss journey by playing VR. They're playing Skyrim in VR, but they're in one of those things, so they're walking everywhere they
cool
go.
is that?
And she was like, "I'm down 12 pounds over the last couple of weeks," and she shows the gameplay of her and what she's doing. Really cool. And obviously Skyrim's huge, so you got plenty of
Man.
places you can walk.
Yeah, I would not be doing the Thieves Guild so early if I had to walk there. You know what if I had to walk to Riften from Whiterun.
Yeah,
Who out there
same-
knows what I'm talking about?
Mostly everybody does. I do not.
Yeah, I thought about that.
But you
Very
understand
knows.
that it wasn't some, I
Yes.
wasn't just saying cockamamie words that I made up.
That's
all
right.
real.
No, it's very real places and very real things that happen in Skyrim. So yes, I'm that dumb. But today, yes, I enjoyed Let's Make a Deal was today. I go back and forth. It's either Price is Right or Let's Make a Deal. So I watched Let's Make a Deal. Then I had an extra walk because it was Community Day. So I watched an episode of 25 Words or Less.
That seems short.
Not a lot of words.
That would be a short. walk.
That's the pressure of the show, hosted by Meredith Vieira. So she hosted the Today Show, then Millionaire, then maybe something else. But now 25 Words or Less.
Good
It's
for
a good
her, I
game show.
guess,
It's a
yeah.
good game show.
So and you're just doing stuff like that, keeping it light. Like you would never watch a real show that you're interested or something while doing
That
that.
is correct.
It's a little too distracting.
Yeah,
for you.
game show I can watch. It's very easy. I'm obviously invested, but I wouldn't watch like Normal People or really anything really beyond a
Yeah.
game show. I can't.
Well, you don't want to get an erection while walking. That's why you wouldn't watch Normal People. My
Maybe.
goodness.
I
Anyone
could-
wear clothes in that show? That picture?
Hardly ever. Normal People. It's two Irish normal people, and it's about them in just getting to the end of their high school career and going into college. And they're normal people, but they got problems, and it's about them finding themselves and each other. And it's very.
It's a love story. It's a romance, I think. I mean, I think it is.
I saw
I'm
Mr.
only
Lane.
six-
series based on a book.
Yes.
Yes, one and done. So
12
limited
episodes.
series.
I'm on episode 7.
They're each about a half hour. It's excellent. It is.
I'm not a
excellent.
prude. I don't mind the nudity, but there seems to be like gratuitous. Like
Yes.
I understand like maybe the first couple episodes how they've established how their relationship it really clicks, and that was not worth it, but like I could see why they used it. But like now I'm on episode 6 or 7, and it's just like, oh, here's his junk and here's boobies, and there's no rhyme or reason why it
That's
needs
the
to be
characters'
there.
names, by the way.
Yeah.
Junk and Booby.
Yeah, junk and boobies. It's a tale as old as time.
You're not wrong. I agree. Where I'm gonna write about it on Patreon eventually, and I was like, how do I stress that I'm not a prude and it doesn't offend me? And in this show in particular, it makes sense, especially for the story they're trying to tell. But it is still a lot of nudity.
Yeah.
I'm not offended by it. It's just something you notice. You're like, this is a lot of nudity.
It's tastefully done if you can do that much nudity
Yes.
so tastefully, and like you almost feel voyeuristic because they're so good. You're like, these two have to be in a real relationship.
And I
like,
think that's also something they're going for with the show. Yeah, I
well,
agree.
there's like extreme close-ups, even when there's no nudity. Like, it's just a very intimate show,
Yes.
and you become attached to these characters,
Just like they are always attached to each other.
yeah. But no, it's good. It's frustrating as heck. I want to ring what's his name's next. Still, I mean, he keeps screwing it up, and I don't know how or why. But
if you're of the age and you're interested in love stories that feature a lot of nudity but are excellently acted and written, and it's a beautifully shot show, and it's just.
And if you want to fall in love, no matter who you're interested
It's
in,
true.
you're gonna fall in love with either of the leads, if not both of them.
It's on
They're
it's on
amazing.
Hulu. Normal People. Check that out. There's other things in the after show we'll talk about, but got Community Day done. I want to talk about Reggie because we talked about Anus Wedgie last week, and we were talking about does he troll or does he not troll? Well, thank you to so many people that I couldn't even keep track of all of them through Twitter, X, email, somewhere else, the YouTube comments, I think. Thanks to the many of you who got in touch to not only tell me, yes, Reggie does troll, but it has been confirmed, I guess, secondhand by Reggie himself, but from Kit and Krysta, Kit Ellis and Krysta Yang, the former Nintendo Mini host and also employees of Nintendo. They are no longer there, but they have the Kit and Krysta podcast. You can join their Patreon and support them on their journey. And in a recent episode of their podcast, they were talking about Reggie, and they did confirm for it's more than $1. They confirmed that Reggie does purposefully troll people, and they said that he used to do it with the pins that he would wear. And everybody knows Reggie and his pins are a thing because everybody would be like, what pin is he wearing? What's he teasing for at the Game Awards or whatever? And he used to purposefully pick pins just to troll people. So we were talking about it last week. Is he a troll or not? Yes, he's a troll. He was trolling
I
fans.
feel like that's a little bit more, you're wearing a pin. Not everyone's going to see this pin. Everyone's going to see this X or this tweet.
But he knew that the pins and people watching it were a thing. So at some point, even if he didn't mean it as a troll to begin with, he learned that people were looking at the pins trying to glean information. And he's like, well, I'm going to start trolling them.
I think that is such an asshole move.
I agree.
It's such an asshole move. And for many reasons, but I think what makes it really bad to me is that that imbalance of power, right? Like, he is a person who is seen to be, not even just seen to be, he is in the know when it comes to so much information. And so to take that and use it to like taunt and tease people is such an asshole thing to do. It reminds me of remember when it went viral when the parents would tell their children like, oh, sorry, mommy ate all your Halloween candy.
Jimmy Kimmel does it every year.
And like, it's that same feeling. It's like there's the one person who holds all the power and control and is like, dance for me, my little puppet. Like, I'm gonna make funny like you're suffering. Like, and he's, Reggie's not causing people to suffer, but like, he's doing this for his own amusement, and it's a really asshole move.
I know a lot of people will see it as like, what's the big deal? He's just trolling. And I understand that point. Yes, I get it. He's whatever. It's not something I would personally do, but I do want to say you have to think of it on the broader scale of things, because there are people who like video games and play them and talk about them, but they don't follow them obsessively. And then there's other people who follow them obsessively. But there's also people where games are an escape for a horrible life, and certain franchises mean certain things to them, and they have emotional attachments to them. Like, they mean more than just, this is a piece of entertainment, this is how I pass my time. So there's people out there who see that stuff, and for better or worse, get on the hype train, and they're like, maybe this means something, and then they get let down. So, part of the issue is obviously people reading too much into these things when we've never had confirmation on anything. But also part of it is, like Mom Brain said, you're in a position of power. Why do you got to troll? How about you just respect the fans and be like, guys, I can't tell you what's going on. I think we have a bunch of exciting stuff lined up. I hope you really enjoy what we show. I'm really excited about it. And I think there's things that'll make you guys happy. Rather than being like, I'm going to wear an Earthbound pin. I'm going to wear a Pikmin pin. And I know you guys look at that and speculate what's going on. And
I'm not I don't want to be misunderstood and people thinking that like, I mean, obviously he's allowed to express himself,
Well,
right?
it didn't
If
start
like,
that way. It started by him wearing something that he liked,
yes,
and
right.
people would read into it.
We don't
and-
know that.
I thought that's kind of what you just said.
No, we have no idea. We only one that knows that ever is Reggie. Did he wear the first pin to troll people, or because it was something he liked? Reggie knows. We don't know. No clue. I was saying at some point,
Real chicken or the egg here.
point, what we know for sure is Reggie knew people started looking at the pin as a hint for what's coming, and he decided to use that
And
to
he
troll
leaned
people.
into
That's
it,
what
yeah.
we know for sure. So, again, it's not the end of the world. It's not a serious issue. It's not a major topic. It's not a reason to hate someone. But
He's a bro.
I will say I don't like it.
I would
don't
really
like
love
it.
to talk. Like, I'd really love to. Well, first, I'd love to talk to him about why he hates unions, and second, I'd really love to talk to him about why he does. Like, maybe it's an inside joke between him and like a family member or something, and it's completely innocent. And I guess look, he's not like a person who's like entrusted with the health and well-being of other people. Right. It's a little, to me, it's a little bit different from like a person who's in charge of someone's health or someone's well-being or like, politics, government, those kinds of things. So like, I get that it's a little less of a serious job.
We understand it's not serious. And in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter at all. But we are a Nintendo podcast talking about Nintendo topics. So yeah, I think it's important.
It felt like a real rough take to it. Feels to me like you thought you knew somebody.
Yes,
that's what it feels like, because when he was with Nintendo, I mean, I thought we were unstoppable, and I was like, this guy's on our side, I just felt it felt cool to like. And when have I ever felt that way about a video game like president? Like, come on. So like, it was this new thing where you were like, man, this guy's awesome. He knows how to speak to people. He gets it, and he gets the company, and but he's American and doing his thing on this side too. So it's just really working out.
Well, man,
and then when he leaves,
he's got that American part of him. So
maybe
he's
that's
gonna be a jerk.
That's it.
But then he left, and then all these things kind of are like starting to come to the surface that you didn't realize were part of him all along, that obviously you don't see in certain situations. So that now it's kind of like you almost feel like you were, I mean, again, this is silly, and I've never met the man, but like you almost feel like you were lied to, like you were in a relationship that you were lied to.
The old parasocial relationship. We got the shined up PR version of Reggie, and that was great, like endearingly awkward during presentations, and just seemed kind and passionate. Yeah, I don't have any complaints about that. But now that he's not part of Nintendo anymore, and you see what was going on for him or how he operates, as they say, the bloom is off the rose. So that's it.
The first thing he said to us, we all remember. So he's been taking my name every single time he trolls. He takes my name every time.
But now we know. So, and then on the other hand, he is the man that gave us the Bigfoot pizza. So I'm like, maybe he deserves a pass. But
Definitely.
that's another topic for another day. And pizza, don't forget that you made that pizza. You can bring it back. People are eating more food than ever nowadays. Give us you make a box that's literally 3 pizza boxes taped together. That's bigger than a Bigfoot. Make a Bigfoot. That's after show talk. Moving on.
Can I share my embarrassing story?
Go right ahead.
Okay. So I got a new student this week, and it was a little bit of a surprise. As you can imagine, I'm a bit of a perfectionist. So I wanted everything to go perfectly. And, it's kind of in case you didn't know, I teach kids with autism.
Astigmatism.
The Audis.
There you go. And so, every kid's different, right? And I'm in a middle school. And so you just never really know exactly, what the kid's going to need and if they're going to like you and trust you, right? So I'm like raring to go. So the kid comes to school in a van instead of a bus. The kid gets a van to school. And I go out on the first day to get the kiddo out of the van. And in the van, there's the driver, and then there's someone in the middle row, and then my kiddo is in the back seat. And the driver had like 1,000 questions for me that I couldn't answer. Tried to get me to start my work day like 10 minutes early so that the driver could like do another pickup. And I was like, that's up to your boss. I'm not coming out until 7:35. And, you know, I'm a little stressed, whatever. And so as my student's getting ready to get off of the van, the other person in the middle row starts to unbuckle. And I put my hand on her arm and I said, hey, kiddo, this isn't your stop. This is so-and-so's stop. You have to buckle back up. And that woman looks at me and says, I'm the bus aide.
Oh no.
So good. So
Um,
good.
Oh,
And
no.
Looks really young.
I
Very-
said,
I don't care. Put your seatbelt on.
and I said, well, you know, safety first. You can't be too careful.
Oh my god.
So awkward.
That's all I could think to say. And
What'd you call her, kiddo?
kiddo.
Yeah, right.
Right. And I
So
did one of
good.
these, hey kiddo. Like I was trying to be very
Oh,
reassuring and
God.
you know, because I don't know. I mean, you know,
This is amazing.
right. Like, and I don't know, like some of our kiddos can be very oppositional and you know, any kind of directive is gonna right. And you know, she says, I'm the bus aide. And so, you know, I said, oh, well, you know, safety first. You can never be too careful. And I said, I'm so sorry. My teaching assistant, who has been with me for almost 20 years, like we're tight. She is, I can see in my periphery,
She's
her
trying not to laugh
shoulders
and
like
she's, like, dying.
jerking up and down. We turn around so that the bus people can't, and the girl like didn't crack a smile,
She was
didn't
not
say
having it.
like
Yeah, she was
anything.
maybe
Like,
embarrassed her.
She didn't want to stay on the bus.
so, so we turned around and my bus aide was like, or my TA was like, that was real smooth. And she was like, you're going to have to see her every day for the next like 150 odd days. Like,
Well, it can't
what
get
are you
any
going to
worse,
do?
right? Like you
Right?
start off as bad as you can get.
Yeah,
that's
and
right.
only grow
Work
from
up
there.
It's like a rough first day,
God,
you know,
that's
just
funny.
kind of figuring the kids figuring us out. We're figuring the kid out. And it all day long, I'm like, I have to see this woman again. Oh God. So we go out.
You call her kiddo still, though, right?
She's
Yeah.
out of the van, like standing outside the van.
And you're like, what are you doing? Put your seatbelt on.
So I get my kid like you know, into the bus and I just look at her and I was like, now don't forget to buckle up. And I said, I apologized again. I was like, I'm so sorry. I was in like full on teacher mode. I was, you know, under stress with a new student and I was worried that, you know, somebody else, you know, might have got, so I'm so sorry. She finally kind of cracked a little bit of a smile. And since then the kids started on Tuesday and we're getting along. And I thought if I make any more
because
out
she's
of
been
this,
behaving herself.
because she's been staying
Exactly.
buckled up.
Exactly.
But I figure if I make any more of it, it's like, you know, I
Yes.
apologized. We're
Let it go
done.
now,
It's over.
yeah.
Yeah, now
like-
now you let it go.
No more
And
kiddo jokes.
I mean,
or
I already
anything,
said
yeah.
like, you know, safety first.
Yeah.
So then I had to go in and tell my boss, the director of special services, I was like, look, if the bus company calls you with a complaint about
See,
like a rude
I don't think you need to
teacher,
do that. And
It
it
wouldn't
wasn't
go that
rude.
far.
but you never know. Like you just never know. And we're like so hurting for like bus aides and stuff. She looks very young, bus drivers, bus aides. I'm like, oh my God, maybe she's not even like old enough to have a driver's license. So that's why she's a bus aide. Like, and she is young.
probably just another student that didn't want to deal with it and was like, I'm a bus aide. Leave me
Yeah,
alone."
right. That's what it is.
Very
yeah.
possible. Very possible. So
I mean,
it
there
was
are child labor laws too, right? Should we be worried?
she's working papers, I'm sure. Needless to say,
They're signed in crayon.
yeah, right. Like, just a sticker with like a little
Man,
Lisa Frank
that's
sticker.
great.
Yep. So that was my embarrassing moment of
That's so funny.
the week.
That's like a Seinfeld episode, or like that's like a Larry David
right.
sketch.
Right. Yep. It really, you know.
Man,
Really-
that's so funny.
Well, thank you, Mom. Brain allowed me to pivot back to game-related stuff. I was going to segue into
Thank you.
something Kit and Krysta related. Kit and Krysta have a company called Never a Minute that they do like PR and consultations for game industry people. It could be anything game related. You know what? They might do stuff outside of games too, but they're game centric right now. Like they were involved with the promotions for Curse Crackers, and they do a whole bunch of gaming stuff, and they're spreading the word right now. It's not a paid sponsorship. This is they reached out and they were like, "Hey, do you want some of this stuff?" And I said, "Sure." They didn't ask me to do anything at all. I just am because it's game related, and I thought it was nice of them. They are working with Symbiote Studios. That's a website, symbiotestudios.com, who does all kinds of plushes related to, among other things, video games. And they sent me a Cassette
Cool.
Beasts plush doll. What is this guy's name? I don't know. I haven't played Cassette Beasts
How
yet,
cute.
but I've heard very good things about it. But these plushes are like,
I like the tail.
you can get it. A Cassette Beast is on the Switch. You can get this plush on their
Oh.
site right now.
Wow, feels real
They feel
nicely made.
They I was
what's
gonna
this
say
one?
that, but I was gonna say that sounds like I'm like shilling for them.
I mean,
But
I
I
don't know
really
anything
think they're a
about
step
plushies,
above a
but-
regular plush. It feels like extra nice.
Yeah, it feels like you could really go to town on it if
here's-
you needed to. Is that what we do with these?
Here's
or?
another Cassette Beast plush, and when
Choking
you buy
hazard.
them,
I was right.
you can do whatever you want with them. But yeah, there's another one for
This one's
Cassette Beast.
sad. Why is it got
It's
little
crying.
tears
You
out?
got to play the game to find out.
No,
And then
no.
last but certainly not least, a lovely Shovel Knight
Oh,
plush,
cool.
which is awesome.
Banshee.
The really cool thing about the Shovel Knight plush, posable arms. Oh, posable one arm. Yeah,
Oops.
this arm, his
Oh.
shovel holding arm can be posed, and it's got a little like wire
You
thing in
shovel holding arm.
it. But yes, while I haven't played Cassette Beasts, I have played Shovel Knight. So this is really cool. And it came with a little Shovel Knight
Sounds a
pin
little
too.
bizarre.
So thank you to Krysta for sending this my way, or it was specifically Kit. But also thank you to Symbiote Studios. Go to symbiotestudios.com. See if there's a plush for your favorite game. But they do other plushes too. I don't want to say other entertainment related plushes.
That one is
but-
called Bansheep, like Banshee, but Bansheep, and this one is called Pom Bomb.
There you go. And this is called Shovel Knight from Shovel Knight. But there you go. Nice plush dolls.
This guy's got a
Very cool.
quite
Thanks.
A,
Very cool. If he's got the the trap door. We're gonna do one more thing before we get into trivia to give you people one last chance. If you are in the Discord, if you are watching live, go in there and type in all capital letters, I want to play trivia. If you have already typed it, you don't need to do it again. We will randomly pick someone and we will be playing trivia, I'd say 5 minutes from now. But first, I made Nicky Hill wait an extra week, and I apologize. It's your time to take the floor.
Oh, baby.
It's time for us to be sick.
I didn't plan.
Yeah, I don't even know how we do it.
I-
I don't know if we should like try to cut these in pieces
I-
because they're not big enough.
I'm gonna eat half of
Well,
one
yeah,
of them.
if-
That's what I'm
if
dedicating.
Two
it to.
people want to try a flavor.
For
I'll
our
go ahead.
audio listeners, Nicky
Should we
Hill.
heat it or something? Heat the.
Nicky Hill put it in a boiling pot. Nicky Hill purchased a special Campbell soup chocolate collaboration. There are 6 very
collaboration
fancy
with
looking
Philip
pieces.
Ashley chocolates.
Can you read us the flavors of the chocolates, please? We are not going to try them all. We're gonna do well. You don't have to try any if you don't want to.
Green bean casserole,
Oh God.
baked corn casserole, hot honey mashed sweet potatoes,
That's the one I want to try.
everything bagel mashed potatoes,
That's not
apple,
bad.
fennel, and herb stuffing, and jalapeno
Oh, very nice.
mac and cheese. Jalapeno mac and cheese.
Give that to Nicky Hill.
Man,
Give
this
all
is-
this to Nicky Hill.
Here, maybe we'll move this.
Yeah, you can put the plushes out of here. I think I want to try. You said there's the sweet potato one. I'll take half of the sweet potato one.
The hot honey mashed sweet potato.
Ha, honey. Yes, I'll try half of that.
They're too
I
pretty
did wash
to.
my hands before I came here.
It stinks because they're
I
so
came into the
pretty and the flavors sound gross. So it's like you don't even want to. You don't even want to cut them.
Radical Defect says, yikes, Aroni at all of them. Yes, I agree with that. Human Fart says, do the stash is very nice.
Oh, cheers! Thank
Hi,
you.
Joe Shabadoo. Good to see you.
I did it as a
Oh,
funny
Joe
joke.
Shabadoo says, anyone else getting Joaquin Phoenix aesthetic vibes from Deux today? Something about that stash. It's
Oh.
working.
Joaquin has he has a hairline though.
Or in honor of Lube, since he's not here, Jocelyn Phoenix, because Lube can't read anybody's names.
Amazon Prime just put
I've
a
heard of
bunch
it.
of A24 things up there. Not After Sun, but come on,
No,
Lamb,
still haven't watched
Green
Lamb.
Knight.
Green Knight I saw.
You didn't watch? I thought you did watch Lamb. You told us about it.
No,
I
I
told you
wanted
about
to.
it.
All right, so this is the hot honey mashed sweet potato. It cracked when I pulled it out, so this is gonna be
Oh
a
my
mess.
God, just cut it. I want to eat it. I'll take the smaller half. Thank you
Careful, sharp.
so much.
Anyone else want hot honey?
Ooh, it smells like
mashed
chocolate, but it
sweet
also
potato?
smells wrong.
I can cut this in half.
Yeah, cut it in half. I'll try a little bite.
It's gonna smash.
Thanks.
On brain.
No, thank you.
Oh my God, it does smell wrong.
Oh, oh. This is a journey.
Maybe we should just taste one each round, each week.
It wasn't bad.
It's not bad. It's wild. You get a lot of stuff going on. And the heat didn't hit me right away either.
I didn't get it.
The heat is late. The
Oh,
heat-
there it is.
and it's not.
Back of the throat.
Yeah, it's not spicy, but there's a spice there. a heat.
There is something makes me think of like, this is wrong. Pizza seasoning?
Roth
don't
says
know
it's
why.
National Chocolate Covered Anything Day.
Oh my God.
Sure.
Perfect day.
Yeah, it really is.
Anyone else? Jalapeno mac and cheese, perhaps?
Yeah, let's try that one.
I'll pass on that one.
We're
Then.
trying the
Try
ones
it.
that sound decent first.
You want to try that one?
I'll try that one.
I'm sorry, my brain. Can you just grab like a paper towel? Real quick?
The chocolate was good though. The chocolate
Chocolate
part
was
of
good,
it, it tastes like good chocolate.
Oh, I still put the full description in the chat. Thank you. Hot honey mashed sweet potatoes, the perfect balance of sweet and spicy. This truffle is composed of sweet potatoes, thyme, local Memphis hot honey, Campbell's cream of mushroom soup, and milk in a chocolate bonbon. There you go.
I'm just gonna wipe this, dry wipe this. Is that cool with you?
What are you wiping? The chocolate?
I'm wiping off the hot honey.
Ah, I got you. No cross contamination. This is a professional
I mean, not
situation
really
here. I
professional.
appreciate it. I appreciate it. Nicky Hill is slicing it right now. This will be sampled
Delicious.
by 3 of the 4 people. Oh, look at that inside.
Wow.
You guys,
I would like a small portion, please.
Yeah, and I'll have the other portion of her small portion.
cut this one down.
I don't like the way that moved when you cut it.
Thank you.
Can I
It's
see
like
the little
cheese.
booklet?
Oh, it's like
You
brie.
want the quarter
It's got
ounce?
like the.
Oh, it smells like
You
of
want the
course it
quarter
does.
Woo!
No, I don't.
That's
I'm not interested in that one.
stinks like cheese, like stinky cheese.
I'm gonna eat half of this.
Oh no!
Oh God!
Oh, no.
Oh God!
This is jalapeno mac and cheese.
Yeah, it's not.
I am
No.
so glad I went with
There's
the
a
one I
funk.
did.
There's a funk. It's a little.
Gross.
It's not that far off. From,
Gross.
like, canned cheese. So.
It tastes like Velveeta. It's like you're eating straight Velveeta.
I like how you didn't go
It's got the
for
texture.
sweet potato and hot honey.
If you had given it to me and said it was cheese, I would be like loving it right
It
now.
tastes just
But
like
that
though.
it's chocolate, it's so gross.
That one is making the room stink.
So gross.
Why would you not go for sweet potato, hot honey, and you're like, give me jalapeno mac and cheese?
Whoa. God, that was stanky.
I'm,
That was so bad. That was so
Ah.
bad. That was so
I don't know.
bad.
I don't know.
It tasted just like
I
it
don't know
though.
how they do it.
Tasted just like mac and cheese. Jalapeno
I know how
mac
they
and
do
cheese.
it.
And
There's
it's
no
weird.
chocolate. They just tell you there's chocolate.
It's
I
weird.
mean, it tastes.
It doesn't feel right.
If I burp that up later, I'm gonna
Oh,
vomit.
that's gonna repeat
It doesn't
all
feel
day.
right.
I don't know how. It's like Willy Wonka stuff. How do they get the layers? How did I get? Like there was a sweetness in the beginning, and then I get a mouthful of like canned cheese practically. But then there's jalapeno.
Oh my
I
God.
had no jalapeno. There was no jalapeno.
I had a
on mine.
jalapeno.
I got a little jalapeno
You guys
finish,
got it
but
all.
Anybody else? Baked corn.
Hi, Video Game Guru. No, I don't want to spend
Yeah,
too
you
long
lost
on this.
baked corn.
Do one more. You two, if you want to do
and then
one,
we'll
do
save
one
the
more.
3 for next week. How about that?
Sure, we could do that.
Choose out of this.
We'll save the everything bagel for next week because you'll
I'll
probably
hop on
try
that
that.
Do you
one.
remember
I'll
the
hop on that
everything
one.
bagel Pop Tart?
Yes,
like a
that
mystery
was vile.
flavor.
That was vile.
They did us dirty.
So we'll do one of the casseroles. We'll do either the green, but let's do the baked corn.
I think that's a safe one.
Wow.
Baked
Well,
corn.
Corn is sweet.
Yeah.
Right?
Hi, Salamaster Link. If I didn't say hello,
I'm just thinking that
It's this one, right? The purple.
it's
Yeah, whatever that is. Yeah, I think it's okay.
yeah. Well, good luck to us.
Half and half.
This one has to be all right.
Cornbread,
I mean,
sweet corn, and Cream
Baked
of
corn
chicken soup.
casserole.
What?
One of a few holiday side dish options that Americans
I don't
would
think I can
eat
do it.
year round.
You're
This
not gonna do
truffle is
I don't think I can
composed
do
of
it.
cornbread, sweet corn, and Campbell's cream of chicken soup in a white chocolate
The
bonbon.
chicken that gets me.
Oh God. Oh, you want to smell? You don't want to smell?
Thank you.
I
Oh,
still smell a lot of the
It
cheese.
smells like the last one.
It shouldn't.
So weird. Oh God.
There's a
Oh,
texture in it, which is a little.
it tastes like corn.
Actually,
I mean, it's. If you just told me that they were what they taste like, I wouldn't be put off.
Human part says, "Am I
That's not
watching Fear
possible.
Factor?"
I can't eat all of it.
listen,
Tasty.
God.
Well,
Delicious.
there you go.
Stained my thumb.
I'm very happy.
I can't even lick it off.
I'm very happy I went with the one I did.
Disgusting.
Stained my mouth.
The one I ate, I liked.
that
So-
corn one, I'm not
Oh,
upset with it.
God.
Like, I love.
Did the
you know,
chicken
cornbread.
cream of chicken come through?
No, I mean,
The
Cream
text-
of meat, anything
cream,
is
like
no.
the cream part did.
Okay, well that's
like how many recipes call for like cream of mushroom and
Oh,
stuff like
yeah.
that, and it adds it's like a thickening agent
Yeah,
or whatever,
sure.
and it doesn't like create this crazy.
if it had been
flavor.
cream of mushroom, I'd have been fine. But
Mm.
cream of any kind of meat is
Mm.
is an immediate no for me.
Oh yeah.
Well, thank you, Nicky Hill. We can
Weird.
torture ourselves with
Thank you.
There's some
with
some
the
grit.
other three next week, and like Deux said, I'm
Honestly-
claiming everything bagel, at least part of it.
Whoever
the apple fennel and herb stuffing. I mean, I think that sounds.
I'm looking forward to that and the everything mashed potato. The green bean casserole. After what I just had with the corn casserole, no, thank you. I'm gonna try it, but I'm not looking forward to it. This was a lot of fun. I must say though, whoever they have over at Campbell's or whoever the chocolate company is engineering these flavors, they need to put their skills to good. Like use your talents for good, not evil. Like imagine the crunchy 2 bar that could be made with this kind of brain power instead of a mac and cheese chocolate. But you know what? They did it. They
But you
did
know, I have to say that when I don't know if that was their intent, but like the experience you create for
I
people
think that's part of
when
it.
you
It was
have
a lot of fun.
yeah.
I mean,
Definitely
yeah,
have fun
you have a
sharing that with
seasonal.
you.
You're at holiday dinner, holiday meal,
Yeah. We did
having a nice holiday feed.
Trader
Holiday
Joe's-
meal.
Holiday feed is more like it. Yeah.
Trader Joe's did that a while back, right? Like mystery chocolates.
Mm.
We got them and we had them at Christmas at Nintendo's house. And it was just fun to like sit around and like guess and like that was
I
like
mean,
I
it's
like that.
also they make them. They partner it. They make these strange savory chocolate bonbons or
Yeah.
truffles, and they charge a pretty crazy price. So, like they make it a sensational thing. They market it that way.
I also think that there's so I've worked
I bought into it.
I need to jump in real quick. You can continue this conversation. Video Game Guru, you are our trivia player today as randomly selected. I have replied to you in the chat.
Maybe I'll get
I have private messaged you as well. And now I am speaking your name. I have not heard from you. Please check your DMs. I need you in the Discord DMs to play trivia.
Please
We'll give you a
PM
couple
him
minutes.
on
I
Yahoo
apologize.
chat.
Go on.
Solid Master Link says, "What compelled someone to buy this?" I'm a sucker for marketing and limited time seasonal meals or bites. I also bought from the store. I had seen chocolate covered Ritz crackers, not as disgusting
Hi, Spaniel.
as Campbell's soup chocolates.
Oh, Rami loves those things.
What do I love?
The
I mean, when I
fudge
see
Ritz.
something seasonal, if I see a commercial
Oh yeah, you brought them.
If I see an ad or
they're
I
gone.
hear an
They're
ad,
gone.
Those were good.
for anything
Really
that's
good.
limited time food wise, I'm like, when's the next time I'm ever going to get a chance to do this?
Hmm.
Could be the last time.
It could be the last.
Solid Link says, so FOMO?
But
100%.
so there's something so
Just wanna
incredibly
explore.
like intimate about like tasting something, right? Like it's very different to me than like like watching something new, or like you have to really get vulnerable to put something in your mouth that like
What the hell are we talking about?
you don't know what to expect, or like that, like there's just something about that that's like such an experience. Like think about how like defensive people can be about like what kinds of foods they eat or what kinds of tastes they like and don't like. I don't know. There's just like there's something psychological about that for me that I think is why something like this goes well, like goes over well, why people like spend the money on it.
Because it's fun.
But it's
it's
invasive. It's like super duper invasive. Like once it's in your mouth, there's no like, no, thank you, I don't want any more. Like it's there.
That's true.
And
It's fun.
It's
You're not gonna die.
it's all those stuff. It's all that though. It's all
those
that.
are poison.
All right, my brain, hit me with that music. It's time, everybody, for
I'm gonna walk away. Glass of water or something.
what's happening here?
I was trying to do a mix and it didn't work.
Trivia. It's trivia. You were what?
I was trying to do a little mix and it just
Yep. It's time for Do You Nintenknow, our trivia, our bi-weekly trivia show. Today's contestant is Video Game Guru 64. He is in my DMs on Yahoo Chat. He is
give us
ready.
the rules.
Or they are ready. I should not say that. They are ready. The rules. There are 5 Nintendo-related trivia questions.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Josh will read the question. I will repeat it for you. And then after that, you'll have a little jingle. That jingle is 20 seconds. By the end of that, I need your answer in the Discord, Video Game Guru. We will tell you if you are... Josh will tell you if you are correct or incorrect. Now...
Should we check for lag real quick?
Just getting a question right doesn't mean you win, because one of the 5 questions is the winning question.
Oh, baby.
That will be chosen by, as Mom Brain suggested last week, a dice roll.
Do you need me to go get one?
No, I'm all set. You said we just do it online. I have the page open. We're good to go.
Okay.
So, for example, say you answer questions 2, 3, and 5 correct. We roll the dice. If 2, 3, or 5 come up, then you win because you got the answers for 2, 3, and 5. If
so try your best.
If 1 or 4 comes up, I'm sorry, you do not win. But as Mom Brain suggested as well, if a 6 is rolled, that's an automatic win. So it doesn't even matter at that point. So even if you fail every question, you could still have a chance to win.
And what do they win? A trip to Disney?
What do you win? You win an eShop code on the Switch.
Pretty big discrepancy there between the prizes.
And again, I will tell you, I will do my best to make sure it's a game that we know is not terrible. Who played last time? Red Souza? They have their game. I gave them a selection of codes to choose from, and they picked the one they wanted.
Nice
so that's probably what we'll do this time.
So you know how to any Austining them?
No, I said I have a special list for him. Yeah.
You have a list.
I do. I have codes that I'm like, oh, he's got to play
this will torture him.
All right. So, Video Game Guru, do me a favor. When you are prepared to play, in the private message, please type "I am ready." Just want to make sure we're queued up and everything's good. As I said, I was working with Josh. Josh really worked hard on his diction and question presentation. So we should be extra good this time. I'm still waiting for Video Game Guru to respond, so I'm a little worried.
I'm the best on this podcast, far and away. I'm so great.
Josh, the master of vamping.
If you don't like that, I don't give a darn.
Wow. Video Game Guru, again, I need you to type "I am ready" in the private messages to make sure you're actually ready to listen to the questions and answer. So I don't think our lag is that long, but maybe you got things going on. Maybe you're driving. Hopefully not.
Yeah.
Please, in the private message, type "I am ready."
I'm a hardcore gamer.
No response
here
yet.
to grace you with my presence.
Josh, I know you're very excited too.
I don't want to be here.
Video Game Guru typed yes. So I don't know what to do. Doing a game show is hard.
Is that
sure?
They're definitely an AI bot or something.
Yeah, right. They're typing something longer
Oh, this
now.
just in. Video game guru is Reggie Fils-Aimé.
Oh my
He's
God,
trolling
that
you.
would be
Oh,
perfect.
that's what it is.
Sorry, I was kidding.
Why would you
Video
say
game
that?
guru.
Video Game Guru is typing something very long because it says they're typing to me.
Mhm.
This is the part of the show where it's like, tell me, or I'm supposed to know this already. It's like Video Game Guru lives there, and they work at a fish hatchery, and one time he says, "Yes, I am ready." Okay, I don't know if the timing's going to work on this, but we'll see what happens. Remember, Mom Brain, Josh will read the question. You will play the music as I repeat the question. Then we will get the answer.
I was going to say, and then I will repeat the question because
Well,
no one's going to understand.
I won't play the music as you repeat the question because I want to give.
Okay, all right. Josh reads it. I will repeat it. Music plays.
And then the music
Gotcha.
plays. Right.
All right, Video Game Guru. Here we go. Josh, in your special announcing voice, please
correct.
read question 1.
In The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker, what item can Link purchase to sail quickly in any direction regardless of the wind?
In The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker, what can Link purchase to sail in any direction, no matter which way the wind blows?
I wasn't going to answer, but I was going to amend the question because I think I can actually it, but maybe I'm wrong.
Video Game Guru is typing.
Josh, is that what you sound
7,
like?
6, 5,
Or they
4,
stop typing.
3, 2, 1, 0.
We have. Okay, they typed an answer. They said sail. I'm going to need a more specific answer than sail.
Oh,
Do you want to elaborate or something? Clarify?
Well, I was just going to say, isn't it the Wind Waker HD only? Wasn't that a quality of life
It might
upgrade?
be. It might be.
I think that's true. But,
I'll trust you on that.
but that's just an actually. It has nothing to do with the answer.
No. That's important. If it's only in one version of it, then that's it. So then, if that is the case, if you want to look that up, then I'll give them the point anyway, because then the fault will be on mine, not on their end. Dude's fact checking right now. Do you know what it's called, Du?
Yes, I do. It looks like this. Do we give the answer or no? We don't give the answer.
Yeah, and it's over now. You can say it.
So the Swift Sail, it looks like the Swift Sail was
That is not
just in the
correct.
HD version.
All right, so we're going to give them the point because they said sail,
That is
and I didn't
correct.
clarify just HD. So we're going to say they got correct. We're going to
That
credit
is
them with
correct.
question 1. I hope the rest of it goes smoother than that, but that's my fault. That's my fault. All right, Josh, please. Question number 2.
In Animal Crossing New Horizons, what is the name of the turnip trader?
In Animal Crossing New Horizons, what is the name of the turnip trader, the person you buy or the animal companion you buy turnips from? Who dishes out Mom Brain's favorite vegetable, the turnip?
Actually, if we're getting technical,
Don't
I
do this to
believe
me
the
again.
version I like is a rutabaga.
We have an answer from Video Game Guru. They say Daisy May. Josh, is that
That
correct?
is incorrect.
Josh, that's correct.
That
Josh,
is correct.
do your job
Yeah,
correctly. Come on.
I got like a little nervous there. I was like, wait a minute.
We had trouble with the first question, and then Josh, you throw me under the bus for a
It's
second.
just,
Daisy May is correct.
That is
So
correct.
you are free and clear so far. You're gonna win no matter what so far. All right, Josh. Question number 3, please.
In The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, what is the name of the young woman who finds Link passed out on the beach?
In The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, what is the name of the young woman who finds Link passed out on the beach?
A lot of Zelda questions here, huh?
That is the last Zelda question.
You, Link, are the hero!
Who is that young woman that finds shipwrecked Link on Koholint Island, laying on the beach?
cornhole.
Did you know this without looking up the?
Video Game Guru is unsure. They say Marin with a question mark. Josh, is that correct?
That is correct.
That is correct. That's the correct answer. Marin, is there a cat in here?
Yeah.
I
Behind
thought
you,
so.
Behind you. Behind you. The other side. Oh, yeah.
I thought I felt a tail on my knee. Yes, Video Game Guru, 3 for 3. Things are going very well.
Oh,
That's right. Josh, if you could, question number 4.
She loves it.
Who are the legendary Pokemon in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl?
Who are the legendary Pokemon in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl? The legendary Pokemon from Diamond and Pearl. You
Legendary. We
know,
should
Diamond
ask
has this one
Reggie.
and Pearl has this one. Who are they? What are they? Where did they come from? Just who are they? Video Game Guru has answered with Dialga and Palkia. Josh, is that correct?
That is correct.
That is correct. One more for a clean sweep here. Josh, our 5th and final question.
What is the name of the ghost dog in Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon and Luigi's Mansion 3?
What is the name of the ghost dog in Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon and Luigi's Mansion 3? And it is not the Way of the Samurai. This is a different ghost dog. What is the name of the ghost dog? Thank you. Forrest Whitaker. In Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon or Luigi's Mansion 3? Video Game Guru has answered, and they say doggy with a question mark. Josh, is that correct?
That is incorrect.
That is incorrect. I'm sorry. Do you know the answer?
I sure do, but I would love to hear it from you.
Oh, okay. Polterpup is the dog's
Polterpup.
name.
I didn't
Polterpup.
remember that. I was gonna say something that wasn't that.
It's Poochie. All right. So basically, you have altogether 5 chances of winning. So if you roll a 5, you lose.
Oh no!
But if you roll a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 6, you win. I'm going to roll the dice now. Ignore this number. Mom Brain, just verify. I'm going to hit the roll button.
Got it.
It's a 6-sided die. Here it is. That's not the number. It's just waiting for me to roll. We are rolling.
Go.
Video Game Guru, I'm so sorry, but number 3 came up. You're a winner.
Oh, he tried to Richard Dawson us on that
Number
one.
3, you are a winner. Congratulations, my friend. You won it on the Marin answer, the Link's Awakening.
Oh, very
answer.
nice.
So congratulations, Video Game Guru. I will private message you on Discord later. I'll give you a list of some codes I got, and you can choose whichever one you'd like. Congratulations on your big win. Thank you for playing Do You Nintenknow. We will play again in 2 weeks. You got to be here live to play, and you got to be a Nintendo fan to win. Video Game Guru is a Nintendo fan. Are you?
Great job.
Very
nice
nice.
job. Rocky Star. By the way,
Vin DiBona himself would be proud.
Mark Goodson, television production.
Celebrate.
Hi, Kalas. Good to see you. That's fun. I like doing that. By the way, you win a code for Warframe. Actually, I won't. I'll say it, but I won't give specifics. I have codes for games where the games are free, but I have the codes for like all the bonus stuff that you can get, like $30 worth of bonus stuff you could get. So, because like Joe Shabadoo said, you could win a code for Warframe. Warframe is free. That's the joke. But there are games out there. Fortnite's free, but you can get codes for stuff. I'm just using that as an example. But anyway, congrats again to Video Game Guru. Very happy that you won. I'm happy the dice went in your favor. I'll private message you later today, and we'll figure something out. So again, 2 weeks from now, we will play again. Really enjoying this. What did you guys think of Josh's new voice?
Terrific. I understood the questions perfectly.
Excellent. We worked very
Shut
hard
up.
on that.
I don't care.
Josh, thank you for Josh, the consummate professional. Thank you for putting in that extra work on that.
Very cool.
Very cool. You know what else is cool? Nintendo news. Let's go to the regular
That's
old
what I
Nintendo
sound
news.
like.
That's what you sound like. That's true. Mom Brain, this is you.
I'm sorry.
News, we've done it for hundreds of shows now. Thank you. Finally. There we go. What do we got in Nintendo news this week? Let me tell you. Well, Fortnite just keeps setting records. It can't stop setting records. It set 2 records last month, and now it set another record this month, and one of those records broke its previous record.
I'm going to go feed the cat.
Okay. In Fortnite right now is Fortnite Battle Royale, and there's different flavors of that. There's zero build, there's tournaments, but there's also now Rocket Racing, the racing game. There's Lego Fortnite, there's Fortnite Festival, the music game. So there's so much to do and so much happening in our world in Fortnite, and it's bringing in more players than ever before. Lego Fortnite brought in a whopping 2.3 million players concurrent on its launch day. And that combined with everything else going on in Fortnite on that day led to a brand new all-time concurrent player record for Fortnite at a staggering 6.6 million people playing something in Fortnite at exactly the same time. So you might be like, they had 100 million players last month. They did. That was through the whole month. We're saying here in one day, at one time, there was 6.6 million people in Fortnite playing something. That's insanity. I mean, for Lego Fortnite's numbers are extremely high, still higher than regular Fortnite combined. And the other modes, Rocket Racing and Fortnite, whatever it is, whatever I said, the music one. Festival, they regularly get 500,000 players or 600,000 players. So things are going very well for Epic right now. Snail Person says, Nintendo just looks at this and thinks time for some super shooter bros instead. We are going to talk about Nintendo and Fortnite now. The perfect segue. Yeah, now. So as you probably know, Fortnite is a haven for collaborations. The Ninja Turtles just joined this week for the first time. There's plenty of anime things for the weeaboos out there. There's all kinds of other gaming related stuff like Kratos and Master Chief and Resident Evil content. And it's everybody goes to Fortnite, but Nintendo doesn't go to Fortnite. But it's not because Epic hasn't tried to bring them into Fortnite. Epic has repeatedly tried to work with Nintendo on a Fortnite collab. We don't know what exactly they were looking to do or what characters IP they wanted to bring in.
That one bounty hunter season. Remember that?
Yes.
That would have been perfect.
I'm sure it was Samus. There's even a Fortnite comic. And in the background of one of the Fortnite comics is a silhouette that looks exactly like Samus. So there, at some point, Epic was like, this is going to happen, but it didn't happen.
Bummer.
But Epic's trying. And
you would have got that, I'm sure, right?
Oh, yeah. I would have played as if they had a Samus skin, without a doubt.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Definitely. It's funny because as I was trying to go to sleep last night, a million things are running through my head. And I was like, what collaborations could they put in Fortnite that I would leave behind Spider-Gwen for? I was like, what would be good enough? And I was thinking of other Marvel stuff. There's a couple other Marvel characters I would. But I was like, what about not Marvel? What else? And I was thinking of like, there's some anime characters that I would be like, yes, I'm definitely going to go for that. But outside of that, like, I can't think of much. And there's like very, very few. Like if they did like, I know you didn't watch it, but Frieren is an anime. I'm watching that. I love it. They put that main character in, I'd be on it. If they made an Ava from Evangelion, like not like, I don't want Shinji or any of the pilots. I just want an Ava unit. If they made that one of the skins, I'd be all over that. If they had like an Akira skin, I'd be all over that. But outside of that, I can't. The only thing I could think of, which we said is a joke, but I seriously do it, is a Golden Girl. If they did the Golden Girls,
would be
without
all
a doubt.
that.
That's above everything I named already.
And I'd buy all 4 of them too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that would be the one.
So maybe year 15 for Fortnite, they'll be scraping the bottom of the barrel, and they'll be like, 5 people said Golden Girls, so maybe we should.
I can only hope it gets to that point where we're just throwing in whatever.
We got to get our popularity back. Time to go with Golden Girls.
We've literally run out of every single character. Yeah. Well, we could do the cast from Empty Nest. No, let's do Golden Girls.
Oh man, Dreyfus.
How great would that be?
But yeah, they've had a whole bunch of collabs, but they don't have Nintendo, but they want it. Sax Person, Fortnite's head of Fortnite's ecosystem, confirmed that they talked to Nintendo multiple times and they've tried to make something happen, but they said it's very hard. And Mr. Person was asked, how hard is it to get them to work together? And he says, quote, I don't know what the word for like making diamonds is, end quote. So he's like, wow. It's very difficult. But he says, Nintendo has their strategy and we have our strategy. But he believes that Fortnite's players would love it if Nintendo
Our-
did come into the game.
Our strategy: throw money at people till they give us their characters.
Yeah, they're like,
That's
how much more money do you want?
Our strategy.
Yeah, and also, I really can't ever see Nintendo doing Mario or Kirby or Zelda.
I could
Uh,
with guns. I don't think I could see that.
But if they relegated it to only Lego Fortnite, maybe.
Maybe. Okay.
Because there's already Lego Mario.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
but if you're talking about Battle Royale, Samus, I see, it's tough. Because, I think Nintendo wouldn't like the idea of Samus holding a more traditional gun.
Yeah. Plus, how is she going to shoot it? One of her hands is a gun.
Exactly. That's right. Yeah. So I can't imagine Nintendo seeing any artwork of Samus and being like, yep, holding the gun. That looks right. Now, you could do things like maybe a Metroid back bling.
Yeah.
Just something you wear on your back. That works. I don't know if Nintendo would be okay with that, but I'd imagine they'd be more okay with that than a
Right.
Samus skin.
Man, it would be awesome, but I don't know if I'd want to see it. Would you want to? I know you'd I'd want to see it, but
I wouldn't want to see a skin. No,
I wouldn't want them with
There's
guns
no
and stuff,
character
right? It's
I
just
can
too
think of.
weird.
And it'd have to be collaborative stuff. So Bayonetta, sure, that works. It makes sense.
Right.
Totally go with that. But yeah,
Tom Nook, he should be in there.
exactly.
Ending.
Holding people at
Be amazing.
gunpoint for bells. Yeah. But yeah, I can't think of any mainline Nintendo franchises
would
that
feel
have
weird.
characters where it would make sense. So yeah, I wouldn't want to see it. And I don't know if Nintendo and Epic will ever find some point where they can come together and make something work, but I think there's wiggle room in there. I think there's ways you can make it happen. Conan Giga says, I was never more proud of Nintendo than now. Well, yeah, Nintendo is one of the few companies where it is a case of we respect our IP and we respect what our IP stands for. So there's not going to be an amount of money we're going to take where we're like, yes, we'll do it. So
There must be. Are there other video game characters in Fortnite, or is it all just pop culture stuff?
yeah, I already listed some. You play it. You played as one last night.
Oh, duh. Yeah, I was Claire Redfield.
I
last
said
night.
Master Chief and Kratos and
Yeah, that's
Claire
right.
Redfield.
You're right. You're
and,
exactly right. I wasn't listening to
um,
that first part. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of. Of course, there are many other examples, but
yeah,
I'm
now they're
failing to.
now I see.
Yes, they're there. But yeah, they do more traditionally TV, movies, music, anime,
Right.
stuff like that. Moving on.
Nathan Drake in there.
That's right. He's in there.
Oh, he is in there.
He is, yeah. But it's
He's
the
in
Tom.
there.
It's the Tom Holland Nathan Drake.
Oh, that's why. Yeah, that's why I don't recall.
And
Joel and Ellie.
Jelly.
I see,
Did I get their names wrong?
No, you got it right.
They
I don't
would-
know if they're.
they're not in they're not in Fortnite, right? No, Ellie's definitely not. No, Joel's not in there. He's not.
They're not, but
But they
it'd be
shoot
cool.
guns.
They would be appropriate in there.
Yeah.
I mean, they were more appropriate than Mario.
Yeah, Joel brutally killing someone and then hitting the gritty after he does it. So make perfect sense. Speaking of movies, like I said, the Super Mario Brothers movie, big success. Well, turns out we're going to see just how much of a success it will be because the 2024 Golden Globe nominations are out, and the Mario movie is nominated for 3 of them. We're going to start with what I deem to be the least interesting to the most interesting. They have a new category in the Golden Globes this year, cinematic and box office achievement in motion picture. So basically it's here's one for the fans. That's what this category is. Barbie, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, John Wick Chapter 4, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, Oppenheimer, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, the Super Mario Brothers movie, and Taylor Swift The Eras Tour. Those are your nominees for that category. Then there is...
Is that just here's an award to movies that we didn't think would do well and did?
It's an award for the public interest is what it is. It doesn't mean anything. Not that awards really mean anything in general, but it's the we just made this up award. So moving on to awards we've heard of before. Best Original Song. Addicted to Romance by Bruce Springsteen. Dance the Night by Mark Ronson. By the way, that's for Barbie.
I was going to say, what's
And
the Bruce song from?
She Came to Me. I don't know what that is. I'm Just Ken. Very popular song from Barbie. Peaches, the Jack Black song from the Super Mario Brothers movie, has been nominated. Road to Freedom by Lenny Kravitz and Rustin. And then What Was I Made For, the Billie Eilish song in Barbie. So 3 Barbie nominations in there. But Peaches is a very popular song.
Peaches, like, it's not much of a song though, right?
Tell that to
it's
Jack Black.
It's a small moment in the.
I'm with you. You
It's
know,
not like verse, chorus, verse.
as somebody who's been a huge fan of Jack Black musically his whole career, I found Peaches to be maybe his worst song ever. But
Although,
you know, we're not comparing it like that. Obviously,
I will
it's
say
different.
too, Tenacious D's songs usually like right when they hit, and like I feel like I don't want the song to end, they end. So maybe that's just
Right, that is his style. What was the Bruce Springsteen song for? Sorry, what?
She Came to Me.
That's a movie or
Yes, motion picture.
a
This is
movie
motion-
or a planet?
Let me look it up for you because I also don't know it. She Came to
Do you think
Me.
the Jack Black thing could also be because like
Peter
what-
Dinklage.
What was the last thing that people know Jack Black for musically? Like, so kids may not have ever
like
been
School of Rock or
exposed to,
something.
you know, so maybe it's just like Jack Black to a new generation. And it's
Composer Stephen Laudum is creatively blocked and unable to finish the score for his big comeback opera. At the behest of his wife, formerly his therapist, he sets out in search of inspiration and finds much more than he bargained for. That is She Came to Me.
Well, I think I've seen the trailer for it.
Reviews not good.
P Dink.
Yeah, I think it's also too that like it for a couple of weeks there, Peaches was like pretty widely seen or like sung in school, like amongst kids and stuff, right? Like it became a
take it from
huge-
someone who
It
lived
charted
Yes.
for over a month.
like what Billboard?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. You know how I know? Because
means
I posted about it every week.
Billboard charts are songs that are being purchased or
That
played.
is
Parents
correct.
are buying it. For
They
their
have streaming
children.
charts
It has to
separately
be.
too, but yes. So it was very big. Not that the other ones weren't. Like, based on, I know all the songs here except the one from She Came to Me. I think that Billie Eilish song, What Was I Made
That
For, is
better win.
beautiful.
That's a
That
good
should
one.
be the winner, in my opinion.
I
What
like
was
that one.
Can you sing that one? Oh, that's all over
That's
TikTok.
it.
Oh my god, I didn't
Yeah.
realize that's
Yep.
Billie Eilish.
Beautiful song. I like Billie Eilish's music.
Sounds a
in
little
general,
better
but
when
that's
she
good.
sings.
No, that was I would say on par at the very least. And then finally, best motion
I actually,
picture.
for a second, I closed my eyes. I thought Billie Eilish was sitting in the room.
I closed
Beautiful.
my eyelash and I heard her.
Thank you.
Best motion picture animated. The nominees are The Boy and the Heron. Heron.
May you please repeat the word?
Heron. Heron?
May
Look
you
that
please
up on
use it in
YouTube.
a sentence?
All right. The Boy and the Heron. Elemental. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Suzume. The Super Mario Brothers movie. And Wish. Now, I have multiple gripes with this category. You know, listeners, that I love animation. So, of course, I have gripes. I love Nintendo, but I'm not blind to the things that I love. I don't think the movie should be nominated for Best Motion Picture Animated. I don't think it deserves to be in there.
Not with some of those runners in there.
I haven't seen Wish, can't comment on it. I haven't seen Elemental, can't comment on it. I haven't seen The Boy and the Heron. I shouldn't comment on it, but it's a Miyazaki movie. It's a Studio Ghibli. Like,
You can tell it'll probably have better animation than the Mario. movie.
as far as achievements, well, see that I don't think this is. I
But
could get
it-
into a whole
it-
thing. What does it mean?
So
is it basic? Is
doesn't
it for
mean-
the
it's
animation?
It's a movie
Right.
that came out from Illumination. It's a huge name. They're gonna put it in the list. Like, just like you always have.
Yeah.
Every year you have Pixar and Disney
Yeah.
and Illumination put out their movie.
And it was
And-
hugely popular. I
and,
mean,
like,
they can't.
Anytime that I feel like anytime they
It's
have
stupid.
a movie, it's always gonna
It's
be up
stupid.
there.
Yes. If you're just basing this on box office, yeah, it should be there and it should be number one.
And
I don't think it should
what
be nominated
Tom
for a
Brady
best
said,
movie.
too, with Jack Black. Like maybe this is just a way to get kids interested in these awards.
I mean, I
Well-
really doubt that, but sure.
And it goes to what you just said and kind of what Guillermo del Toro was alluding to in his Oscar speech
Yes.
is like, when you say best animation, what are we talking about?
Best
Like,
kids
why
movie.
shouldn't it be in? Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
like Deux was saying too, though, are you talking about literally the quality of the animation, or is it just like, Oh, and animated movies are a thing too.
What else?
I don't think there should be best animated motion picture category.
Yeah, it
Put
should
those
just
movies into
be
regular movies.
nominated.
It's a movie. Like Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, I personally think should be nominated for best picture.
Picture?
Yeah, in general, best motion picture. Yes, I do.
Well, it's not emotion. I guess not. Animation.
It's animation, not
Animation?
animation. Yeah, I 100% thinks it deserves a slot in there. Do I think it should win? No, but I think it should be nominated.
But if you don't think it should win,
Who
then
should
why should
win?
it be nominated? Right?
Because the nominations are for recognition in general.
Who do you think? Oppenheimer? Is that who you're going for?
See,
I
I
don't
would
even
give
know.
I would give it to
Who's-
Barbie. I need to see. You know what? Let's look at the list because I love talking about this stupid. I almost cursed.
where do you
Golden Globes.
discuss
Naked.
The Golden Girls nominations 2024. Best
It's obviously
picture
gonna be Blanche.
nomination. And
nominated
once
are-
again, Blanche.
Dumbest Golden Girl once again, Rose.
That's not her fault. That's St. Olaf's fault.
Wait, what happened? What's the lore? Did she get
St.
dropped
Olaf
as a kid?
everybody was dumb there. Best motion picture drama. Is there not a best motion picture overall? Musical or comedy? Best screenplay, best performance. Is there not just the main best motion picture in the Golden Globes?
Maybe the Golden Globes are different. Yeah.
It started at the top with not that, so I'm guessing there isn't one. So I'll give you what they got then, just for the
Best motion picture drama.
Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Past Lives, Zone of Interest, and Anatomy of a Fall. I'm gonna watch Past Lives tonight because I found out you can rent it. Best
Past
Picture,
Lives?
musical or comedy: Barbie, Poor Things, American
So-
Fiction, The Holdovers, May, December, and Air.
It's like two adults finding each other again after like years being apart, and
Normal people.
um
So they don't give one general best picture. They have two main categories for movies.
I
That's
see.
what it is. So best picture, musical or comedy.
I wanna see
May,
The Holdovers. I
December.
heard that's
Why
good.
is May, December in best picture, musical or comedy?
Have you watched that? You did.
you
That's
see
the
it?
one you did watch. I did
Yeah.
watch it. I didn't think it was funny.
It's 1,000,000%
Yeah, but
not a
I mean,
musical.
but that's
and
the other like whatchamacallit. I remember when The Martian was put in comedy
yeah,
because it just gives it a better chance to like
it gives
they
it a
go
better
through and
chance
they,
to
like,
win
they
in a
say-
worse
they say
category.
Which
Yeah,
ones are the
it's not-
dramas? And they're like, these are the dramas, and they're like,
Right.
well, what about this one? I'm like, throw it in with comedy.
Yeah, and that makes me more mad. That doesn't make any sense. How about you put it in with the rest of the other ones? Like,
Where it belongs.
how about
Arguably, if you want to argue, it even belongs there. Me personally, it wasn't my type of movie. But
call me crazy, but maybe motion picture drama and motion picture musical comedy isn't enough categories for the movies. Maybe you should do, I don't know, one category that includes all movies. Wouldn't that be crazy? Like, either you're going to do 6 different categories for movie types, or you do one
I feel
best
yeah.
picture.
I feel like they do that to like try to differentiate themselves from the Oscars. I don't know anything about it. That's just how.
And that's fine if they want to do that. But for example, don't put May, December as a comedy or musical because it makes no sense.
It was not funny when they did not sing.
No, they did not.
Did they hum at least?
Somebody hummed.
Ooh, everything in drama makes sense to me, so that's fine. But there you go. So yeah, where do you put Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse if you're going to put that in there? What drama?
No. but
Although
it
it's
is
as much a
animated, so
musical
you can put it in
comedy
there.
as May, December is, so put it in there because
Yeah,
it's
that's-
animated and we laugh at cartoons.
Yeah, you make a really good point. That's very frustrating because
Stupid
where the heck does it go?
crap.
From
What was I made for? As Billie Eilish said, what was I made for? So there you go. Yeah, I don't think Mario should be in there.
that? Mario.
Based trying to think of what I would give it to based on what they nominated and what I've seen, which narrows it down to 2 movies, and I'm torn. Mom Brain, did you like Across the Spider-Verse or Suzume better?
Oof, geez, I mean,
I know.
you can't. I can't compare them.
I think Spider-Man
So
is the
Spider-
better achievement overall.
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is nominated for Best Original Score in a Motion Picture. So like it's still in there.
Deservedly
But
so.
the thing the thing is that like
It's not best
they
original
fill the
score in a
categories.
cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They fill the categories and then they're like, well, let's see what we can do. And that one's animated. So like it's kind of an obvious thing to put it in there, you know?
Yeah, it's all broken is what it is, and it makes me mad. And in the grand scheme of things, it don't matter. But there's your nominees. Mario's got 3 chances of winning a Golden Globes. I think it's got a great chance of taking home at least one of those. Jace Wright or Jazz Wright 1589 says, you forgot. Oh yeah, I updated the post. Conan Giga says, unpopular opinion, Peaches is not that good.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like an unpopular opinion
That
at
would be
this
awesome.
table. I
Yeah.
don't like a lot of music, so I
Like, if
shouldn't even
Sharon
comment.
Bennett's original song for Past Lives. Well, I think she did a bunch of the music for Past Lives.
I was unaware.
If that was
Wait, is she nominated?
it's
She's not.
I'm just saying, instead of Peaches, like, hey,
Oh man,
that would have been cool.
that'd be real cool.
Very quickly, what do we have here? Yeah, quickly, I'll give you Google's top 10 most searched games of 2023, starting with number 10.
Quickly now.
Sons of the Forest, Atomic Heart, Diablo 4, coming in at number 7, the 7th most searched game on Google in 2023, Suika game.
Oh,
Yeah.
Number 6, Baldur's Gate. Number 5, Starfield. Number 4, Battlegrounds Mobile India. Number 3, Connections. Number 2, The Last of Us, because of the TV show. And your number 1 most searched game of 2023, Hogwarts Legacy. Still killing it at the online stores and the brick and mortar stores. For example, just this past week, we found out that the launch of the Switch version of Hogwarts Legacy boosted sales of the game by 503%. So
Holy
people are
cow.
buying that game. There's your top 10. Konagiga says, this is weird. Didn't I read that Tears was pretty high up on the list and now it's not even on the list? Tears is in the top 10 for United States specifically. We're looking at the world, baby. So there's your answer.
Real quick, back at
Fishbowl.
the sorry to go back. The Golden Globes for the animation section was Turtles Mutant Mayhem in there?
That's what I wanted to bring up, and I'm going to talk about that in the after show because 150% yes, that should be nominated.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Absolutely.
I was
Even
on my
with
list.
Seth Rogen's involvement.
Why is he bad?
Oh, I'm just kidding.
I don't even think he laughs in the movie.
Oh,
He
really?
voices
Yeah,
Bebop, but he doesn't laugh.
You can tell it's him though.
You can tell it's him. Yes, that was on my list of things to watch. I wanted
So
to watch
he
it.
acted? No, he didn't act. He just spoke.
He acts
He
a little
doesn't.
bit.
Luckily, he has like almost no lines.
I'd say he's
You
got
don't have
3
to
lines
worry.
in the whole movie.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it.
Wait, where did you guys see it?
Paramount Plus.
Yes.
It was on my list of things to see. I wanted to see it before it came out. Then I was like, I didn't get around to it. And I was like, what happened during that time? That was Barbenheimer. So I went and saw both of those, and Turtles got lost in the shuffle, unfortunately. Dew watched it this week, and that was my spur on to watch it. So I watched it because he really enjoyed it. 150% should be nominated for
Yeah,
best
it was great.
animated. Hands down, take out Mario and put in Turtles. Easy.
a
Mom Brain also
popularity
watched it
contest,
this week.
so-
We'll
Oh,
talk
Loved
about
it.
Yeah, great.
Great movie. There are some Zelda fans who are like, I don't like open world Zelda. I like a more linear Zelda. I want a more classic style
That's
Zelda.
cool.
Go to your
Cool with that.
go to your dungeons and all that stuff. They're like, I want those days back. Well,
Oh no, are they gone for good?
Alan Newman doesn't make it seem like those days are going to come back. IGN spoke to the man himself to get comment on what his thoughts are of people wanting or being cool with the idea of a more linear Zelda again in the future. He says, quote, well, I do think we as people have a tendency to want the thing that we don't currently have, and there's a bit of a grass is greener mentality. I also think that the freedom players have in more recent games in the series, there still is a set path. It just happens to be the path that they choose. So I think that this is one thing I kind of like to remind myself about the current games that we're making. Also, it's interesting that when I hear people say those things, because I'm wondering Why do you want to go back to a type of game where you're more limited or more restricted in the type of things or ways you can play? But I do understand that desire that we have for nostalgia. And so I can also understand it from that aspect. So I was like, I get it on some ways and I get it in other ways, but there's some things I don't agree with. So are they going to do another Zelda like that? I wouldn't shut the door on it completely, but it seems like as of right now, they're going with the more open approach. But he is correct in saying this Zelda can, like Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, can certainly be linear. Just literally do the mainline quest and don't go out exploring. If you eliminate that, then yes, you have a very traditional linear Zelda in there. So maybe not so much in terms of dungeons as compared to older games, but as far as go here, do this, do this, do this, do this, go fight the boss, then yeah, it's there. So yeah, not completely out of the question, but obviously Nintendo would be crazy right now to be like, we've had literally the two most popular Zelda games in the franchise's history with this open world approach. Now it's the time for us to go back to linear Zelda. Why would you do that? You wouldn't. You would not do that. Lucius6 has the most upvoted comment, and he quotes Al Newman saying, "Why would you want to go back? Blah, 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 blah." Lucius says, "Wow, what a condescending so-and-so. I'm so sick of my preferences, which are honed from experience and broad understanding of many, many games, being thoughtlessly chalked up to nostalgia by others. Additionally, his concept, which he pretends here is unimpeachable science or even religious dogma, that all games are better with fewer rules and therefore open world equals better, is laughably naive. F off, Al Newman. I've been playing these games long before you took control." And
Dang.
there you go. I would say you're putting a little animosity in Al Newman's quotes that I won't say aren't there, but I'll say we don't know are there. And based on his previous comments, I would say are likely not meant to be derisive or divisive or upsetting to people. I think you are reading the comment and you obviously prefer a linear approach and you're annoyed to hear Mr. Al Newman speak in this way. But I do understand the anger at him saying, why do you want to go back to a type of game where you're more limited or restricted? Because yes, some people will prefer that way. But Nintendo makes decisions based on data. And the data clearly shows more
here,
people want,
The data says we're not going back.
more people want open world
non-data.
Zelda.
And the data was kind of spiteful, wasn't it?
So that's, I mean, you can't argue the numbers. If Nintendo did this approach and it didn't sell well, Nintendo would be like, well, it was an experiment and we need to tweak it at the very least or move away from it altogether. Because look at the Wii U. People did not like that. And Nintendo was like, we still think there's something to this. Let's rejigger how it works. And now we have the Switch. So, it's like me with, platformers. I don't want platformers with like heavy bits of dialogue and story just because I don't need them. Like it's not in every game, but with like a Sonic game, like I don't need a Sonic game to have story. I don't want a Sonic game to have story when it comes to side-scrolling Sonic games. But they have the data that shows people are into that, and that's cool. I can still play a Sonic game and skip the story if I want and enjoy it in a different way. So just like that with Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, you can carve out your more linear approach by not doing the side quests and not exploring the open world. I get it's not exactly the same. I understand you'd like a more focused approach, but it's not like that's completely removed from it. All I can say is Nintendo has seen that this path forward opens Zelda to a whole, literally tens of millions of people who have never played a Zelda game are now playing Zelda. So, I mean, that's going to steer the ship for a while.
But they could also do both to a degree, right? I mean,
yeah, but why would you do both when one, you put in the same amount of work, or at least roughly equivalent amount of work, to get less than half the amount of people playing it? Like Skyward Sword took 6 years and Link Between Worlds took 4 years or whatever. Like, why would you put all that time on that? Why would you split your development team? Why would you spend the money when you're going to make 3 times more on something like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
To make games and sell games. I don't know. I mean, they do it with Mario games, right? Like, but I guess they both sell on par with each other.
The 2D ones sell better, but it's
So they're still
somewhat close. Yeah.
they're still making 3D ones. So I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. The difference here is so huge that it doesn't make sense. Like, Ocarina of Time is the best-selling Zelda game, and that was what, 9 million?
What if they partnered with another company like Capcom? Oracle?
That could certainly be, but that brings up the whole point of, does spending that money justify what they make back from it? I don't know. That's not a decision I can make.
They never sell at a loss there.
Well, something like, I don't know. They're
I'm just like, hey, if a story comes up and they're like, this is better suited for that, whatever.
Oh yeah, well they would never do that.
Maybe
they wouldn't shoehorn in something where it doesn't fit. So if they have an idea for it, that's where they'll apply it. But yeah, if it wasn't such a huge disparity, they would be more inclined, I'm sure. But
or if it's
then it would be,
if it's a time thing and it takes more time to make the open world game or whatever. And so they have a team focused on that, and then they have another team because they're always one step ahead with like.
Well, remember, everything is one team now. We don't have like before. We had the portable team and the console team. Now Nintendo is all together.
Right, but they could still have an open world Zelda team and a linear world Zelda team.
And that's the point I bring up again. Like if they were to do that, like
I mean,
that's gonna take people from one team and put them on their own team, but Nintendo would be like, should we do this? Because that only makes a quarter of what the other one makes. Like, why would we not just have that manpower working on the Zelda that's going to make way more money? It's a question if they have an idea, like you said, and that idea would work better in a more linear Zelda. Like, will we ever see a top-down Zelda again?
Having the same amount of people working and paying the same amount of people, and you have more product to put out. And
yeah, but that's not how it works. If you're making 2 games or you're making 1 game, you're going to spend more money. 1 game costs less than 2 games. But you're right. If they had an idea, I could see them. I don't see Nintendo as the kind of company where they'd be like, we have this idea and it doesn't work here, but we're going to make it work. They would be like, this is better suited to that. So again, a linear Zelda, a top-down Zelda. Will we ever see that again? I got no clue. I don't know.
It also depends on whatever their new hardware is going to be. It might make sense to do something that plays into like.
You're right.
Saying it, but whatever gimmick that they come up with. Like,
you're 100% right about that.
I'll never argue at this point with Nintendo just because they've always been right and I've always been wrong whenever they've introduced something new. But I have
Except for the Wii U.
Well, I have to agree a little bit with that comment. Just the way it was worded. Maybe it was maybe the translation was different. Maybe it sounds nicer in Japanese, but like the way he was kind of like, why would you want to go back? I don't know. I love those old games. I would love to go back. I don't see why you have to say it like that.
Yeah, like I said, if there's going to be any part of that where you take it and no matter what kind of tone it's given, it still might rub people the wrong way. That's the part right there.
Yeah.
Because, the new direction doesn't mean it's the better direction, but Nintendo could clearly argue it is the better direction because we have more people. It's the highest review scores we've ever gotten. It's the best sales we've ever seen from the franchise.
Maybe it sounds tacky to say that, but that's what you say then. You say, this is why we're going to keep it like this instead of like, why would you want to go back? What are you? Stupid?
And then on top of that,
not that he said.
Yeah, on top of that, if he was like, well, this way makes more money, people will be like, Nintendo's all about money. So you can't win.
A bunch of Elons over there.
What he should have done is the regular Nintendo and be like, hey, we have no idea what the future holds. I'm not going to say no to it. We don't have anything like that in the works right now, but who knows? That's what you do. Cut and dry. Leave it at that.
Well, definitely makes more money because they're selling it for $10 over.
Oh, their $70 game, yeah.
Because it's so big.
They got us good.
Speaking of making money and Nintendo, we're back to the Super Mario Brothers movie because we found out no other movie on no other streaming service in the United States was watched more than the Super Mario Brothers movie. You name any movie that came out on streaming this year.
Name a woman.
Name a woman? Any woman. People watched Mario more than that movie. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, people watch Mario more. May, December, people watch Mario more. What was a big streaming movie?
Ted Lasso.
Not a lot of kids.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Not a lot of kids watching May, December, I don't think.
I don't think a lot of people are watching it in January.
Up in the Air, or wait, is that what it's
Up,
called?
and that was last year. Yeah, because that was nominated for awards. Or not
Don't
Up.
Look Up.
Don't Look Up. Don't Look Up. Yes. Up was many years ago. Don't Look Up was, I believe,
And wasn't
last
that
year.
nominated for an award? that
Yeah,
didn't make
Best
sense?
Picture. Best Picture was nominated for. That doesn't make sense. It was nominated in something weird as well. You're right. But yes. All right. Let's have a little fun.
Well, I just looked up the Rotten Tomatoes thing for Super Mario Bros. And
Audience
for,
high, critics low.
Yeah, very low for critics. It was like 50 or something. But
Remember,
Teenage
Dude
Mutant
just
Ninja
pointed this
Turtles
out because
was
it's something
96.
it's excellent.
critics.
It's excellent.
Because it's great.
Do just brought up this point once again because a lot of people don't think about this with Rotten Tomatoes and the scores. Do if you'd like to reiterate the point.
Yeah. So when
If it was 50%.
when I look at that and I see like, oh, they got 90% fresh, it doesn't mean that every single critic rated them a 90 out of 100. It means that they got a good review rather than a bad review. So that critic could have given them a 70 out of
Yes.
100, but it counts as a fresh review and it goes to
Yes.
that score. So it's easy for me. I had to train myself just this past week once I realized that. I mean, I know it's obvious, but like, so that like just because it says 90% doesn't mean that it's an A+ movie. It means that it's, more.
Wait, so for the critics, it's like a pass or fail thing?
I think it's for
I thought it was on it's still like a star basis. So
There's
like,
a threshold.
so it's an average, I thought, but it's not.
It's at 60. You have to be above 60% to be fresh.
right.
So they could have given it a 61%. They
Yeah.
weren't even that crazy about the movie,
Yeah.
but it's better than it was worse.
You just gotta.
and that gets
there's
added
more
to
nuance
this
to it than-
90%
Yeah,
fresh, and then
yeah.
it's like, oh my god, like everybody loved
Yeah.
this.
It's sort of like with the weather forecast when they say like
yeah.
Percentage of
Yeah.
rain. It's not.
it's like
There's-
percentage of the area has
Yes.
100, like 60% of the area has 100% chance of rain.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You guys in the Discord can play along with this as well. Sorry, I've been focusing more on the news. Thank you for that great GIF, Anastasia. Perfectly done. Don't look at the link in the story because that will ruin the game for you. Nicky Hill, I'm looking at both of you. Mom Brain, guess if you want, but I don't know if you'll be able to. I told you Mario is the most streamed movie in the United States for 2023. Can you guess any of the others in the top 10?
I wasn't listening. What's the question?
Top 10 most streamed movies in the United States 2023. Mario's number 1. What are the other 9?
Well, clearly not May, December, as you just said, right?
I don't think people are
Process
watching
of
it.
elimination. Let's go.
Remember-
through and say all the
Mm.
movies that aren't there first.
Uh,
I don't even know what came out this year.
like, are they only streaming, or is it stuff that could have been? Could it have
Once
been?
again, top 10 movies of 2023 streaming in the United States.
So Barbie.
John Wick 4.
John Wick 4 is number 3.
Barbie just started.
Oh, so
shooting.
but people have to pay to rent these,
Oh, that's
and
true.
they were in the theater,
Mm.
and
People do not have to pay to rent them. Streaming includes as a service or paid.
What about Dungeons and Dragons?
where can I see John Wick 4?
Oh. Hold on, I can tell you. Stars. What'd you say? No, Dungeons and Dragons is. Oh yes, it's number 6. Good job, Mom Brain.
There you go. There you go.
You've gotten 2 of them. I won't drag this out too long. I will
White
give
Noise.
you. No.
Hmm.
I will give you hints as well.
Was there a Star Wars?
There's no Star
Would
Wars.
it,
Oh.
Oppenheimer? Do people stream that stuff?
Oppenheimer is not on here.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy is
Fun.
on here, number 8.
Oh, okay. Then what other Marvel stuff was there? How
That
about the
people are seeing?
Spider-Verse? I know that's not.
Yes, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is number 2.
All right.
Netflix have the 1 and 2. Super Mario Brothers just joined Netflix. It was on Peacock. It still is on Peacock, but
So the other one was a
Hmm.
Netflix movie.
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is Netflix right now. Disney Plus won't get it for a few more months.
Oh, Super Mario is number 1. Sorry.
Yes.
I forgot.
Mario 1, Spider-Man 2, John Wick 3. Dungeons and Dragons 6, Guardians of the Galaxy 8. All right.
Top
I'll
Gun
go
Maverick.
Ooh.
Top
was that
Gun
last
Maverick. No Top Gun Maverick. And I believe that was last year. I'll go to the Discord to give them a chance here.
Whatchamacallit? Mission
Five Nights at
Impossible.
Freddy's, Taylor Swift, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Barbie, and Spider-Man. Jovial, good to see you. And Jovial, you got one of the answers. Jovial guessed Avatar, and that is correct.
Oh yeah, of course.
Avatar, The Way of Water, number 7. All right, now I will start giving the table hints.
Yay.
Number 4, it's also an underwater movie.
Aquaman?
Great guess,
Oh.
because it is underwater, but no.
Jurassic World Dominion. Was that this year or last year?
No. Number 4,
just going down my
an
list of
underwater
movies.
movie.
Oh, Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid, there it is.
Perfect.
Number 5, you saw it. I saw it. I apologize. I don't know if you saw it. I don't believe we cared for it. It's got an ensemble cast
Indiana Jones?
and one location where the bulk of the movie takes place.
The
Ant-Man
Whale?
and the Wasp.
No,
Quantumania.
no.
Did we
Bigger
see it
ensemble
together?
cast. No. Okay, I got an actor I can name, but I'm gonna hold off for a bit.
Bigger ensemble than Ant-Man?
I would say yes. I might be misremembering, but I'm gonna say yes.
Man, what didn't I like? Can I look at my list of movies I've watched, or is that cheating? It's not worth it.
I wouldn't do it, but I'm not gonna say you can't.
Yeah, an ensemble cast, and I've seen it, and I wasn't
Yeah.
crazy about
I
it.
believe you weren't crazy about it. I don't think you hated it, but I don't think
Yeah.
you liked it.
Oh, Glass Onion.
Great guess, but no. That's
But
a
I
really
didn't like
great
it,
guess.
and you know I didn't like it, so you would.
I'll give you one of the actors, John Leguizamo.
Oh, The Menu.
The Menu. You
Nice.
didn't like that,
I
right?
didn't like it.
Wow,
There you go.
That's in the top.
Number 5, yeah. We did that. Okay, number 9. Okay, here we go. Ensemble cast once again, but not of actors anybody would say are part of an ensemble cast. It's a whole bunch of people you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like definitely know.
Okay.
You
Indiana
haven't seen it.
Jones.
You haven't seen it. I
Oh.
haven't seen it. You haven't seen it. It's not Indiana Jones.
Oh, none of us have seen it,
Nope.
but it's ensemble cast.
Like you know everybody in this movie.
Is it a comedy or a drama?
No and no. It's a very long-running franchise.
Scream.
Good guess, but no.
Oh,
But he
good
watched
guess.
the Scream.
Hmm.
Started when we were in high school.
Is it a horror movie?
No.
It's not a horror. It's not a comedy. It's
Oh,
He's gonna get it.
yep, Mockingjay.
Nope.
Saints
Nope.
and
Nope.
Sinners.
what other
But you
what
know what
other
I'm talking.
genres
You know what
are
I'm
there?
talking
Yes.
about. So it's not that.
Hunger Games.
Hunger Games, not Hunger Games.
Agatha Christie.
No. There have been. I can't say that. You know everybody in this movie.
Scooby Doo.
It's not comedy. It's
That's
not
funny.
drama.
Is a musical.
Nope.
A mystery.
Nope.
Thriller.
Nope.
What other genres are there?
I can't believe you're skipping over this genre. This is amazing.
Action
Documentary.
adventure.
Yes, it's action. Yes.
Oh,
Oh, Indiana Jones.
nope.
no, I know exactly what it is. The old guys.
Uncharted.
The
Nope.
Expendables.
Nope.
John
This is great.
Wick. 4.
Nope.
I said that.
Everything we're saying is valid, though. By the way,
Okay.
over there yucking it up,
I know. The guy with the list.
giggling. Yeah, he knows all the answers. He's giggling.
You want actors?
I mean, is
You're
that
gonna-
the only hint that you can give us?
I've given you so. I don't
And
know where else
we've-
to go.
And we've guessed based on all
Okay,
your hints.
you want to see the only hints I could give are ones where it's going to be like, oh my god, of course it's this.
Oh, Fast and the Furious.
Yes, there you
Nice.
go. Fast X. Yes, I was going to say it's got cars in it, but
Makes
you would have got it
sense.
right away. Or
Makes
I was going to be
sense.
like, John Cena and The Rock and Jason Statham and
Jason
I didn't know John Cena was in them.
he's been in multiple
Holy
ones. Yeah.
mackerel!
You
that's-
name an action star,
That's
they're
the
in it.
movie I wanted to say to you that we should go
Ludicrous.
see, The Beekeeper, with Jason Statham. It just looks
Oh,
so
God.
ridiculous, but like
No way.
I'm gonna see that and have fun.
You
with
got
it,
one
whether I
more
watch it at
movie.
home or not.
Well, I'll watch it at home. I'm not gonna watch it.
Let me look something up here. I want to double check something before you
I
go
watched-
ahead and guess. You've all seen this movie.
We just guessed.
No, number 10.
Oh God, there's another one that we have to come up with.
For somebody who
This movie came out last
Smile.
year. This movie came out last year.
Dune.
Mom Brain, you saw it. I saw it. You saw it. We didn't like it. You liked it.
everything, everywhere,
Everything,
all at
There
once.
it
Everywhere, all at
is.
once.
Done.
Oh, and that's now available on Amazon Prime. For
You
free.
got it. That's correct. There's your top 10 most streamed movies in the United States. Quite a variety of films there, from Academy Award winners to schlock. But watch whatever you want, and I hope you love it. Comment. Giant Reggie says, fitting that there's nothing clogging up the plumbing pair's streaming prowess. It's true. They know how to use those inner tubes. Gonna skip that. Josh. Did you hear that, Josh? I think I heard something.
We'll be right back. What are the next your? Hey, be quiet. I think I hear something. NPD.
Josh, I gotta update your firmware, man.
NPD.
Circana.
NPD. Is that what I sound like?
It is. And I won't make you guys guess this one. You're off the hook. Don't worry. We have November 2023, your top software. We'll start with, this is United States, by the way. We'll start with number 20 and go up. Just Dance 2024, Minecraft, Spider-Man, Miles More or Less, Star Ocean, The Second Story R, NHL 24, God of War Ragnarok, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Sonic Superstars, Naruto Boruto, Ultimate Ninja Storm Connections, and Assassin's Creed Mirage. Your top 10 starts off with UFC 5, NBA 2K24, Mortal Kombat 1, Super Mario RPG, EA Sports FC 24, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Madden NFL 24, Hogwarts Legacy, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, hi Debbie, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 is your number 1. Remember, Nintendo does not include digital numbers for their games on this list, whereas everybody else does. But still, Mario was number 5 for its second month, and Super Mario RPG was number 7. So both of them are higher than that. How high up? We don't know. We don't need to do that. PS5 is number 1 in terms of units sold and dollar sales. Xbox scored a number 2 in terms of units sold and dollar sales, and Switch pulled up the rear. Finally, we have some details on the games in the charts to give you more specifics. Hogwarts Legacy was number 3 in November, driven by the launch of the Switch version. Hogwarts Legacy ranked number 2 best-selling on Switch in November. Just Dance 2024 jumped from number 73 up to number 20. Big holiday mover. And Switch was the platform where Just Dance 2024 sold the most. There's your Circana numbers. Thank you, Matt Piscatello. We appreciate your data-driven details.
Big family, man.
Data?
I'm never gonna stop saying
The
that,
data
yeah.
joke. Also pointed out by Matt Piscatella, the Switch is now the 3rd best-selling gaming hardware in the United States of all time, knocking the Xbox 360 down a peg. Xbox 360 is now number 4. Do you guys care to guess what 2 other systems in the United States have sold more units than the Switch?
Game Boy.
Our handhelds
Yes,
counting
this is gaming hardware in general, not the Game Boy.
DS.
the DS,
DS, yes.
and the PlayStation 2.
That is correct. You got them both. There you go. PS2 number 1, DS number 2.
They still sell the PlayStation 2, right?
They might.
Some-
it was,
I'm
bless
sure.
you, it was
Bless
on
you.
top of the
Thank you.
list for like up until like
They
4
supported
years
it for a
ago.
very long time. Joe Shabadoo says a massive achievement that has not only directly influenced creations of devices like the Steam Deck, but also makes me pretty emotional thinking about Iwata and his greater legacy. He laid almost all of the groundwork for the creative and financial golden age we're enjoying now. There will never be a more honorable, knowledgeable, ethical, and passionate chief executive or president of a multinational billion-dollar company ever again. We miss you. Also, I think with the right price drop next year, it has a chance to take the top spot. Maybe 18 months from now. It could happen. That's true. And yes, Mr. Iwata was a special one. He's one of the only people in the game industry who's passed away that I was like emotionally moved by. And I was surprised by it because that has never happened before. He died in a sad way, obviously. But on top of that, yeah, he was Nintendo's heart and soul. He was a developer first. He was like in the trenches with tiny teams of people putting in the really hard work and rose to the ranks to president. The man took cuts when the company wasn't doing well so he could continue to pay his employees the same amount. He did a whole bunch of things people in his position don't do. So he was a very special guy. Dead. The world took us from him. He was too good.
Yeah, only the good.
That's right. Poor man suffered and nobody knew it. And then he moved on, shuffled off this mortal coil.
Well, I heard right before he passed away, he was gonna try to buy Twitter. So I think maybe it's for the best.
He was also, I think, looking at. Never mind.
Yeah, I know. It was. I felt sick even doing my joke.
We would have been in a better place if he bought it.
Yeah, it wasn't even not worth it.
You wanted to talk about this earlier in the week, and here's your time.
My time.
Nintendo put out their year in review 2023.
Oh yeah.
You can tell, or you can log in as long as you have a, whatever Nintendo account and get your data. I have my data. I will tell you my data. My most played game on Switch in 2023 was
Fortnite.
I played Fortnite for 373 hours on the Switch. And that number would be higher, but I jumped over to Team Xbox to play. On Switch, I played 47 games this year for a total of 631 hours. What did I play? Gimmick, NES games, Fortnite, Zelda, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Pikmin 4, Harmony, Octopath Traveler 2, Cocoon, Bayonetta Origins, and many others. Super Mario Bros. Wonder. My number 2 most played game was Tears of the Kingdom at 119 hours. And number 3 was Xenoblade Chronicles 3 at 50 hours. I don't care about that. And most played month was
rookie Tears of the Kingdom numbers there, RMC. My goodness.
I did 100% everything except for the Koroks. And
You're good.
Like, I'm out.
You are
most played month, not surprisingly, May, because I was playing Tears of the Kingdom and Fortnite. So there you go. That's my stats. Anybody else here have stats they want to share?
I can't get in.
All right.
Well, I'll give you some time because my stats are here. I'll take it from the top. My first game of the year was Inscription. A great start. I played.
My first game of the year was Fortnite. I failed to say that.
I played a total of 55 games, 830 hours of gaming on the Switch. Third place at 60 hours was Suika game.
Yes! Woo! I was hoping it made it.
The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, 219 hours at second place. And at a whopping 235 hours, Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Yeah! From never played to number 1.
Yeah, baby.
We love it. We love to see it.
I played the most in May, obviously. And yeah, that looks like that's kind of all the good stuff there.
Nicky Hill, are you in?
I'm in.
Nice.
Getting started.
Do I log into?
So we're going
Nintendo?
through this live.
They probably sent you an email, but yeah.
Haven't been in yet. Welcome to your year in review, your Lord 2023.
Your Lord.
Let's take it from the top. My first game was Clubhouse Games.
Nice.
I played a total of
Year
16 games. I played 16 games, a total of 615 hours. So that's 15 hours put towards 15 games.
Okay.
That means 600 hours towards.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was a joke. Actually, 237 hours in Clubhouse Games. I have no life. Breath of the Wild,
Ooh.
161 hours.
Hey.
Not bad.
Because I played that right before I got Tears of the Kingdom, which I put in 108.
Man, you put in a lot of Zelda hours
We
this
like it.
year.
We like it.
Yeah, but I fell off and I haven't been able to get back since, which is why I never started the first
Hey,
one.
can you just stay positive for once?
Just
You
saying.
played 2 Zelda games and you played a lot of them. We're proud
What
of you.
happened? What are we going through gaming trends? No. February, I played the most in February.
Ooh, what was going on in February? You just
when
had off
I
of
think
work?
That's when I have some pretty long stretches of unemployment time, and that's when I started Breath of the Wild, I believe. Yeah, January. We're not going. What am I doing? I'm not going through all this. What else do you want to know?
You read whatever you want. We'll gladly listen.
I'm done.
Okay. Mom Brain.
You got it. All right, here I am, Danny Vanny.
Oh.
First game of 2023 was Animal Crossing.
Beautiful.
I played 6 games for 123 hours.
So a decent amount of time put into a small amount of games, though.
Mm-hmm. Number 1, Suika game.
Oh, yeah.
59 hours. Animal Crossing, 25 hours.
I played one more hour of Suika game than you.
Fae Farm, 23 hours.
Not bad. Not bad. Yeah.
Top kind of game I played, puzzle.
Fruit game.
Played the most in October. My favorite game in 2023.
No, you picked this. That's not a stat. You're good. You did it.
That's it. I did it.
Suika game coming on strong,
Very
everybody. We
nice.
love to see it.
I chose Tears of the Kingdom as my favorite game of the year. What did you choose?
You know me. I didn't choose one.
Oh, yeah. I guess you couldn't. It's like your children.
Yep. I asked me that question and I got offended and skipped right over it. So, yep, of course, because that's how I am. So there you go. Log in and get your stats, everybody.
Honorable mentions for me go out to Metroid Prime Remastered, the Super Nintendo and Game Boy apps, because I played a lot of Zelda and Earthbound, and Pikmin 4, Vampire Survivors. And of course, it's not even on the list. There's so many good games that all 12 months this game was outshined. Mario Wonder, not even anywhere. You wouldn't even know I played it according to this
Couldn't make
list.
the cut.
But that would be like my number 2, right underneath Tears, I think.
Gecko Kitsune says a friend of mine has over 3,000 hours in Splatoon the last time I checked, which was months ago. Wow.
That's impressive.
Joe Shabadoo says a nice reminder from Nintendo that I played Breath of the Wild for 98 hours, saved my master mode playthrough and game revisit for what ended up being 6 years, which led me directly into 368 hours and counting of Tears of the Kingdom. From there, another 35 games shared the other 275 hours. A truly great year and double the hours I played my Switch in 2022. Well, Brain, that's enough. Ricola. So yeah, those stats are awesome. By the way, everybody does them. So if you have a PlayStation or an Xbox, you can go get those stats as well. They may break things down differently. I don't know. But if you want them, they're available. Deux, I believe you were asking this last week, and I'm happy to tell you that I have an answer now. Yes, Suika game is part of the Switch Online free game trial in North America. Before it was Europe. Now it's here. So if you have Switch Online from December 14th to the 20th, you can play Suika game at no additional cost. And as we said last week, it's a $3 game. So if you like it, it's only $3. But right now, play it with as it's included in your Switch Online membership. And save that and whatever. Sticer says, finally ready to join the hype train and try this one out. Well, Sticer, please check in next week and let us know if you enjoyed it. North America, what do we got? Let me tell you. This week we got Acrylic Nails Christmas Edition. Arcade Archives Pole Position 2. Avenger. Aztec Tiki Talisman. Classic Games Puzzle Collection.
I'm sorry.
Coloring Book Series Zoo. Egg Console Xanadu PC 8801, PC 8801 Mark II SR. Farmland Kitty Edition. Kitty. Fireball Wizard. Gaiaris. Gates of the Mind. Granada, Hammerwatch 2, Hiralun, Knights and Guns NY Edition, Kumaju Remelia 2, Stranger's Requiem, Mech Blaze, Metro Quester, Molcano, Motor Rush GT NY Edition, My Child Lebensborn Remastered, Nekomin, Never Be Afraid Slam Dunk, Palea, free to play, people. Palea is free to play. Only on PC and Switch. Panorama, Petite, or Petit. Poly Shooting Simulator, Pony World, Color by Numbers, Princess Puzzle Adventure, Psychic Storm, Raku Venture, Rava and the Phantom Library, Rising Dusk, Sniper Hunter Scope Collector's Edition, SNQZ, Sprout Valley and Garden Buddies in a bundle, Stickman's Arena, Super Bear Adventure, Tennis 2024 Simulator, the Monty Mole Collection, the Rumblefish Plus, Toy Box Christmas, Train Traffic Manager Extended Edition, Twin Mind Power of Love Collector's Edition, Western Slot Machine, Winter Games Challenge, Wood Guide,
Wood.
Yuletide Legends, Who Framed Santa Claus,
I bet you it was Roger Rabbit.
Z Escape Complete Edition, and finally Zombie Defense Commando Edition. No comment. So, Josh, if you could please, could you take us to Nicky Hill? Josh, just give Josh a second.
Josh,
I think
take a second. Take the day off.
What are the next European masterpieces? Let's find out with Nicky's sweet releases.
Well, thank you, Josh. These are the European Switch eShop releases for Europe. I think I said that. For the week of December 15th, the year of our Lord. If you believe in that sort of thing. 2023.
the Lord or the year?
Either or. Coming down to the end of this year, huh? What a year.
We did it.
What a year this has been, Lord. Oh, Lord, what a year this has been. Let's get into it. Air Aces, Arcade Archives, Aero Fighters, Aztec Tiki Talisman, Crashy Laps, Golf Guys, Hammerwatch Anniversary Edition, or if you don't want the Anniversary Edition, I don't know, is this something new? Hammerwatch 2.
Yes. One is remastered, one is a brand new game.
Helix Jump, Hellwell, Hiralun, Komajo Remelia 2, Komajo Remelia, I don't know. Little Mouse's Encyclopedia, plus Cat's Cosmic Atlas. Mech Blaze, or maybe it's Mech Blaze.
I don't think so.
Mob Control. Is that large groups or is that organized crime?
Your guess
Control.
is as good as mine.
Either way, I think you're up for a challenge. Your work is cut out for you. Palia or Palia. Don't know.
Anthony LaPaglia?
Sure. Pony World, Color by Numbers. Potion Craft, Rising Dusk. Sakura Agent. Sakurai? No.
Mob Control is crowds, not gangsters.
Oh, it's like humanity.
Skater XL.
One day, humanity.
Sprout Valley plus Bit Orchard.
Come visit my Sprout Valley.
Animal Valley. Stickman's Arena. Super Prehistoric World Adventure. Jurassic World was taken. Super Prehistoric World
Well, yeah,
Adventure.
like that Jurassic Park collection just came out too. So,
The Smurfs, Colorful Stories. Toy Box Christmas. Trip World DX. Twin Mind, Power of Love Collector's Edition. Veggie? Bubble Shoot?
that's Marvel.
Suika
game?
Yun sword? Suyon sword?
Spell it.
Swanson.
X-U-A-N.
Samsonite.
Schwan.
Chuanyan sword. Mists beyond the mountains. Yukar from the abyss. Bob Yukar from the abyss.
Just a bit outside.
And Yuletide Legends, who framed Santa Claus?
Is there a comment there, Nicky?
Not that I see. Let me see. I'm going to refresh. Maybe somebody snuck in there.
No.
Oh, somebody did sneak in there. It was Deux
Wow.
Michaels. Deux Michaels says,
Really?
"Speak my name, Nicky."
That is funny.
Deux
Wow.
Michaels, we speak your name.
That's funny.
That feels good to get
for
your
you.
name spoken.
Good for you.
Ooh.
All right, finally, we're going to group together these last two stories. I'm skipping the Europe sales. You can go read them if you want. Nintendo talks more about Zelda in general. You want a Zelda Maker? Well, Nintendo's not going to make a Zelda Maker. So there's Mario Maker, which lets you make your own 2D Mario in the style of Mario Brothers 1 or 2 or 3 and so on. But people are like, Nintendo should do a Zelda Maker. And third parties were like, we're going to do a Zelda Maker, but we're not going to call it Zelda. We'll call it Dungeon Maker or something like that. So they're out there right now, just
They
not
got
with
them.
Legend of Zelda style aesthetics or characters or bosses or anything like that. So will Nintendo do a Zelda Maker? Mr. Al Newman says, quote,
Why would you do that?
when we're creating games like Tears of the Kingdom, I think it's important that we don't make creativity a requirement. Instead, we put things into the game that encourage people to be creative and give them the opportunity to be creative without forcing them to. There are people who want the ability to create from scratch, but that's not everyone. But I think everyone delights in the discovery of finding your own way through a game, and that is something we tried to make sure was included in Tears of the Kingdom. There isn't one right way to play. If you're a creative person, you have the ability to go down that path, but that's not what you have to do. You're also able to proceed through the game in many other different ways. And so I don't think that it would be a good fit for Legend of Zelda to necessarily require people to build things from scratch and force them to be creative, which is interesting because we just heard a friend talking about how he couldn't play Tears of the Kingdom because he's like, I'm not creative. I don't know how to make things. And I was like, you don't have to. You literally don't have
I
to.
spent hours not making things because I'm terrible at it.
So we know a real life example of why they want to avoid a Zelda Maker because they don't want people to feel like they have to be creative. So it's there if you want to, but if you don't want to or don't feel you can, you don't have to. I feel like you're on the edge of saying something.
I'm in that camp where I don't feel particularly creative, and I never played Mario Maker, never really cared to. If they released a Zelda one, I probably wouldn't go for it just because it's not for me. I've never played Minecraft to this day because, I feel like a lot of the fun is what you create. It's like your imagination coming to life, which I think is wonderful. I've just never had much of one, and I'm in that low self-esteem area too in that case. So not really for me. I loved Tears of the Kingdom. I have to say that I also kept it pretty bare bones. I experimented very, very little with the creativity side of things, but that's just my own hang-ups for myself.
There you go. That's why they do what they do, and that's why they probably won't head in the Zelda Maker direction. Mr. Al Newman and Hidemaru Fujibayashi also talked about the future of Zelda. Well, and in particular, the future of Zelda on new hardware, because we're not getting another mainline Zelda on Switch. Al Newman says, I think when something like this happens, we're always looking forward to what can we do that's new.
Excuse me.
What will we be able to do? What kind of new themes will we be able to explore? And so I think rather than focusing on the past when we've changed from one console to another, it's more than a feeling of saying goodbye. It's a feeling of excitement. It's about what will be the new things that we'll be able to do. I'm looking forward to continuing this process of working with the team, and I'm sure that it will continue. I don't know what the future holds exactly, but I'm excited about the changes that we'll be able to accomplish together. And Fujibayashi echoes those comments really by saying, we're excited about where things are going. Obviously, we can't give details on where it is, but it's an exciting time. So Who knows where the new hardware will take us? Maybe it will take us back to a more linear Zelda, Nicky Hill. We'll find out together on Super Switch 2. I'll take
Oh, they've named
the
it.
Switch. Yeah, that's it. Just don't mark me down on that.
Super Switch 2. Where was Super Switch 1?
It's true. It's true. Kurbo says, just don't make us wait 7 years, please. I don't know. Let's put it this way. Tears of the Kingdom used the map from Breath of the Wild, and we waited 7 years for that. So I don't know.
Not gonna lie, I'm sweating.
Yeah, thank you.
That's that. Mom Brain, what have you been playing?
I didn't play much this week, but I did play a little Lego Fortnite.
Lego Fortnite.
Woo!
So when I started playing, I played like whatever the mode is that's like God mode or whatever. You know, you just
No
like,
hunger, no.
you have
weather.
everything and you like you could build whatever you want. You have unlimited, right? And I was like, I hate this. Like, I actually cannot stand this. It was like too much at once, right? Like you needed to sort of have like the experience.
Who thought of having the powers of God at your fingertips out of
anime?
nowhere would be too much.
Yeah. So I did the, whatever the other mode is, the,
Survival.
normal person mode. But I did turn off, I think I turned off hunger and maybe something else so that I could like have some bad guys, but like, it wasn't gonna, I haven't seen any yet.
See any bad guy?
Yeah, so maybe I turned them off.
You must have
Maybe
turned
I
them off.
turned them
Yeah,
off.
without a
must
doubt,
have.
you turned them off.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
you'd
but
still
I feel
find like
like-
spiders under rocks and stuff.
Oh yeah, no.
I feel like Mom Brain's world, there are no bad guys. There's only good guys.
Okay.
I
It's a
think
nice
she
world.
would speak differently of her world because she didn't like one of the characters that was there, and they were supposed to be a good guy.
No, I
I'm
mean,
just saying, Mom Brain builds good people worlds.
I agree. It would be lovely to visit your peaceful world where all is right.
yeah, well, I'm having a good time now. Got a couple people coming to visit. Made them some beds in my shack. I've been, milling around, looking around, building some things, making logs, beams, logs. Found a cave. Actually, where I made my first little settlement, I completely lost it. I haven't found it again.
That's amazing to me.
How's that
That's
possible?
I don't know.
tell me. I got no
No
idea.
idea. I'm playing
Maybe there are
handheld,
bad guys.
so maybe.
and they
maybe.
Wow.
Yep, lost it. Haven't found it again.
Literally, also the game right
Can't
in
you
the beginning.
quit the game and go back in, and wouldn't it start you there?
Maybe.
I don't know. All I know is the game. Literally 5 minutes in, is like, here, you can place this thing down to mark your home on your map. So I was like, better do that. Mom Ray was like, not for me.
I don't think I had that yet.
You
was it,
100%
just-
No,
do.
I didn't because
Campfire, right? Or what?
here's what happened.
No, there's like a little like.
Oh,
it's
that's
like a
why.
thing.
Oh,
because you go to
like a
where it's
town
marked and it's-
center.
Well, I also built I built a campfire and like a tiny little shack, and then like a little rainbow fairy light appeared, and I followed it,
Okay, yeah.
and then
And you got lost.
got lost.
Okay,
So
makes sense.
I did what any reasonable person would do. I left my old life behind and started over.
That's so awesome.
And I started over next to a cave, so that because that is marked on the map. So I was like, all right, now if I get lost, but then I built my little beacon to show me where my
Perfect.
home is. So all is well, and someday I'll find my old
You'll
home.
eventually come around
You'll be
onto
like,
it.
"Look at
It's
this
gonna be really
dump."
funny.
Yep, it'll be great. But it's been a really nice
I
little.
would love it though, like if the story progresses to the point where like you come across your old place, but think it's like somebody else, and you're like, "There's people out here,"
Yeah,
and then you spend a bunch of time exploring, trying to find these new people.
no people.
Well, one person's still going to be living there if you made him a bed.
I don't think I did.
Oh, okay, so it's just abandoned. It's just
Yeah.
a fire that forever burns.
Yeah, I mean that's nice for whoever might need it. I left that for somebody like
If they can find it.
yeah, true. Maybe it never existed. Like
It's
hermit
just for
crabs.
passers through only. You only ever find it once. You stay there for a night and then you're gone.
But it's like hermit crabs, like I outgrew this shell and I left it behind for
I
somebody
grew
else.
that first one pretty quickly.
Hey, look, don't judge my journey.
It's
But
like if a hermit crab were going out like to hunt for food and was like, I'll leave the shell behind.
Yeah.
Running around naked.
Yeah.
It's been fun. I've enjoyed it. I did in the beginning though, something about the fussiness of like placing bricks when I was building things really made me annoyed and also made me motion sick. But then Raw Meat gave me a little pro tip that helped big time and made it a
Pro
lot
tip,
more.
if you learn how the game works, it plays better.
Look, I was just out there raw dogging it. Clearly, I lost my.
I
mean,
could tell you were just like trying to virtually like force things to go where you wanted them to. And like, oh, this poor woman.
it hurt. It was really and I'm playing handheld, so it's like small and
Right.
Oh, also, I'm just realizing now that Pikmin isn't included in my recap because I played it on your Switch.
That's right.
So, that should have been in there somewhere. I think that's all I played.
Thank you, Mompri.
Hmm?
Dude, what have you been playing?
Uku. I played some Animal Crossing New Horizons. I was bored the other day and I was like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of these dang houses that look like homeless people live in houses. So I did the DLC. Sorry, it's an ongoing thing. Apparently, the first two people who move onto your island, every character has their own aesthetic of how they set up their house on the inside. But for some reason, the first two characters don't use their own aesthetic. They just have like dirt floors and junk and like whatever you give them, they'll put in there. But that's about it. And even that's like not really.
So that's a real thing.
Non-Deux Town.
Yeah. So like it would annoy me because my first two villagers, they're really great friends of mine now, and they live in squalor and they don't even have like one of them like had a sleeping bag. The other one didn't even have that.
And they wouldn't use
And they wouldn't
you gave them.
exactly. You remember that. Okay. So the DLC, apparently if you go through and you play 30 missions of the DLC, then that allows you to complain to Isabel about your neighbor's houses, and then they'll switch the houses, which is kind of funny. But anyways, so I was bored and I was like, you know what? Let me do
HOA stuff.
a couple of these missions
Right,
in the
you have to level
DLC.
up to that too. That's
Yeah.
great.
And I was thinking like, I'll do a couple a day and it'll just take me 2 weeks or something. And I started doing them and I was just rooted there. And I was like, you know what? Let me just push through. And I did 30 of these things. And it wasn't until the last 4 that I realized the only thing you had to do was put each. Basically, you're remodeling houses, vacation homes for villagers, and they give you like, I want a sports bar theme or something. And they're like, it has to have these 3 furniture pieces, but otherwise do what you want. And all you have to do is take the 3 pieces they want and put them in there and then leave. And they're cool with it. Like no one ever gets mad at you. So I've got like 26 like beautifully made like vacation homes. And then I've got like 4 where it's just literally like 3 unopened boxes in the middle of the floor, and that's it.
Pile by the front door.
And they were
See you
like,
later.
they're like, you're done already? Wow, you're amazing. Hey, you want to hang out? And I'm like, I gotta go.
Time,
Yeah.
No time.
Like I gotta go. And they're like, you don't want to take pictures or anything? And then you get
go
back.
enjoy your new
Yeah.
setup. I'll check.
And
in
you get
later.
back, and the boss is like, everybody loves you. They love everything you're doing. I'm like, yeah, of course they do.
Even the last 4 people.
Yeah.
Never mind.
So it was really funny, but
I love that it's your island, but you answer to the boss.
well, it's not. They send you to another island
Oh.
to do all this, so it's like a DLC
Airtight.
island.
Airtight
Yeah,
plot.
my island. Trust me, because my boss talked to Tom Nook, and she was like, "I wish Deux lived on this island because he's the best." And Tom Nook started sweating. He was like, "No, we need Deux." And then she laughed. She was like, "I'm just kidding. I don't want to get into the all my friends."
Small town stuff.
Oh,
small
my
town
friends.
stuff. Drama.
But and also Sable, the porcupine who makes all the
The wrestler?
clothes. She, you know how she's kind of like standoffish and everything. She's kind of like doesn't want to talk, a little mean, maybe.
Yeah.
If you keep talking to her, now we're best friends. She talks to me all the time. Every time I go in there, I go and chat with her. She tells me things. Anyways, so that's Animal Crossing. Most important part. So I did the 30 missions. And then there's nothing in it that says like, congratulations, you can do this with your town now. Like it doesn't tell you any of that. It's just like you have a nice party, KK Slider, and this might be a spoiler, but at the end, like every single person that you made a vacation house for is on the beach. So you got 30 weirdos on the beach dancing, and all of a sudden you hear the music coming like from the background, and it's like, and like there's literally out in the ocean, there's like a barge that comes and it's got speakers, and KK Slider's there like DJing on this barge. It's awesome. Really, really fun and funny and charming. But anyways, they don't tell you that, and you just go back to your island, and then you have to go talk to Isabel and say you have a problem with one of your residents. And I told her that I had a problem with the way that their homes looked, and she said, "I'll tell them right away." She got nervous because she doesn't like,
anything else
confronting
too.
them.
The color of their skin, perhaps. Are you okay with that?
Well, that wasn't an option.
Their religious beliefs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
What are their political affiliations?
yeah, one of my villagers put up like a satanic temple thing at the Tom Nook station,
and
I
came over and ruined it. Yeah.
I was upset and I beheaded it.
Topical.
Yeah, but anyways, so I go to Isabel, tell them that I want them to change their houses, and literally don't even have to wait till the next day. You just go to their house, and beautiful. Now Phoebe and Genji have beautiful
That
homes
easy, huh?
inside. It was that easy. It took me
Not for you,
an
for them.
entire an entire afternoon.
It's
Exactly.
over in a day.
Exactly. But it's been like a real huge weight off my shoulders because I felt like the village wasn't finished, and there's still a bunch of stuff that I could do at any time, but I'm just happy with how it all worked out. And the DLC, even though the gameplay of it wasn't necessarily for me, that ending was worth it, man. It was so funny. And even though, and you see all the villagers dancing, it was great. Anyways, so there was that. There was Suika game, and there was Fortnite, of course. And then I played a little bit of Lego Fortnite as well. Lego Fortnite, I can see it being a lot of fun with more people. It wasn't really for me. I'm not. I don't know. I got nothing against it. It looks great, runs great. It's got a great concept. I love that. All the. Very nice. I like how most of the characters are like Lego-fied, and if not, they're coming soon. So like the attention to detail that they put into it is great. And it feels
team at Epic that they're like, what are our jobs? And they're like, you're gonna make 10,000 Lego versions of every character in Fortnite. And they're like, oh God, please no.
well, if you give me the little whip, then maybe I'll consider
We
it.
will, and 1,000
And
others.
1,000 others. Yeah. It's cool. It's got a lot of stuff. I mean, that are going for it. So I would say, it's free to play. It's fun.
It's free.
If you like Minecraft Dungeons-esque or like a Lego type game, you might like this. I would say give it a go. But for me personally, it's not really my thing. I can see playing it with the gang and having a good time. But for me alone, wasn't doing it for me personally.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I'm sure if you jumped in with friends, everything with friends when you play a game is
Yeah.
better. So I'm sure you'd have some stupid fun. Plus, that way you'd be like hopping into somebody else's world. It doesn't matter what you do, and at the end of the day, you're done, and that's it. So yeah.
Yeah. So that's about what I played this week. What about you, Nicholas Hill?
Clubhouse games. That's it. What about you?
House G's?
That's really funny. I was texting someone, thanks for asking, as I was going to say, thanks for asking you. Thanks for asking, Nicky Hill. I played more Spider-Man Miles Morales, and I am enjoying it. I've come around to it since the last time I talked about it, so I'm having fun. There was a story twist that I didn't see coming, but I probably should have.
Is that why you're liking it more because of the story, or?
I mean, yeah, I'm focusing more on story missions because I've done everything side quest to get it out of the way. And there's a couple characters in there I really like, and I'm interested to see where things are going. So I would say as of now, I'm having a good time. I am enjoying it.
I
I'm
liked-
excited to get back into it to see what happens and where it goes. So
I liked the story in that game a lot.
where it's at right now, I'm very intrigued and interested on what is in what's going on and what's going to happen next.
And I
So.
just love Miles in any medium. I love him.
There's also another character in that game that I really hope is in Spider-Man 2, because so far she hasn't done too much in this game, but they linger on her a bit too long for me to think it's just a passing person. It makes me think she's going to pop up later. I hope I'm right, because she seems really interesting. We'll see what happens. But yes, sorry. Yeah. Everything's good. So yeah, I played that. I played more Fortnite, obviously. Had a lot of fun with that. Played more Lego Fortnite, making a palatial palace to put all my treasure chests in and make more room for all these people who are like, I want to stay in your town. Your town's not big enough for me. So I'm making it's a 2-story building right now, but it will be bigger. Last week I was talking about doing prefab stuff for those who don't like to build. But now I am building my own thing and figuring out how that works, and it's fun. It's interesting. Went on some more missions and caves, and I love it. I really do love it. I have had to force myself to stop playing it in order to play other things. So, playing lots of good stuff, having lots of fun lately. So I'm excited. When I finish up Miles Morales, I think I'm going to Baldur's Gate 3. I just want to really get that going, so that I'm guessing will be next week.
Have you played Baldur's Gates?
I played the first one. I didn't play the second one, and the first one was so long ago.
You know what you have to do.
That was back when I was
Miles Morales to play the third Spider-Man.
That was
you're gonna have to.
When I was very scared of RPGs too, so I was like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know, but now I'm in a better place. So. I don't believe the story matters to any of them. Like that, I mean, maybe in some superfluous ways it matters 1, 2, 3, but I plan on looking into that before I go into 3. But it's going to be a heartbreak.
Very
for me,
cool.
And I think that's it, because I was watching stuff this week. So that's it for me. We got questions. Send your questions to GoNintPod@gmail.com. GoNintPod@gmail.com. They can be about Nintendo, video games in general, or wherever the hell you want. Mr. T, T-I-I, has a question. Greetings from Norway. Would you ever consider doing a charity stream? What would the charity be, and what games would you play? We have done one charity stream many, many years ago.
At the warehouse.
It was great. You guys picked what we were going to play based on a list that I put together. So
I have to see the text form
I knew
for
I
it
shouldn't have brought this question
to
up.
see
I
if you
read it.
really did donate.
I read it, and see, there's going to be.
Were you just a fan back then when we did that, or was
See,
that when we had a real show?
I really knew I should have never read this question, because there's going to be people that think he's being serious, and there's going to be people that know what he's talking about, and both are bad. So here we are.
People who know what I'm talking about, I love you and I speak your name.
What about the? Please don't get into it. Please don't get into it. I'll gladly tell you every little detail after the show. Yes, I'm open to doing a charity stream. It would probably be just like, here's what I own. We'll play whatever you want. But it's a lot of work. It's a lot of virtual paperwork. It's a lot of organization. I'd have to put so much thought into it, and I'd be afraid that I would do it wrong. Back then, we were just... It's still Dog and Pony Show now, but back then it was real Wild West for GoNintendo, so we just did it. So not against the idea, certainly open to the idea, would love to do it. So I'm not saying no, but I'm not saying there's plans, because there's no plans right now. But it's great that so many people do that stuff. There's plenty of ways to, plenty of gaming related charity events like Games Done Quick, Summer Games Done Quick, and whatever else they do, just Games Done Quick in general. They raise millions and millions of dollars for different charities every year, and it's awesome coverage, or awesome content too. You get to see people speed run all kinds of games, show you how they break and bend the game to their will in order to do all kinds of crazy stuff. We also have a Patreon question. Oh God, help me.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I thought it was going to be back about what Deux said. If it's not, you go right ahead.
I don't remember.
He still doesn't know what's going on.
You forgot. I just said it.
Yeah, well, that's
Oh, it's all good.
Things slip out of my brain and I forgot already. So never mind.
So we also have a Patreon. Mom Brain, did you know you could join Patreon for $1? Super Duper Pooper Scooper did.
Ooh.
I've come to really enjoy the Lego Mario line. It really feels like the perfect melding of Mario games and Lego. If Lego came to you and said they wanted to make a GoNintendo Podcast a Lego set, what would you want to be included? How many pieces? Would it be interactive? What would be the most important thing Lego could do to capture the podcast magic? Thanks for answering, and thanks for all the hours of joy you've all brought us over the years.
It
Well,
would
thank you for
include
listening.
So many cat butts.
It's got to be at least one cat.
It
butt.
would have to be your parents' old house, just that room.
Oh, a
like
retro one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That giant room.
That'd
The
be great.
warehouse, I guess, is what it was called,
with
right?
With the peppermint patty table
Oh yeah, remember when we did that?
with the wrappers covering the
Oh,
whole
yeah.
table. Yeah, I'll never forget it.
There's a lot of peppermint
That
patties. Was it
was-
this table? Or is the
No.
table?
No. My parents still have it. I think my parents still have that table.
I love that it's like his parents' furniture, and he's just
And
like,
we just
just
totally.
do whatever.
Yep.
When my mom saw that it was
I mean,
going
it's kinda how
on,
the house worked too.
when my mom saw that it was going on, a few days later, she sat down at the table just to eat Yorks and do that to the
Nice.
table.
Yeah.
So
In case you
A good
didn't
excuse
know,
to eat more peppermint patties.
exactly.
you could take.
Candy, I never go for, but I always love.
Always love
Oh,
it.
I love a York peppermint patty.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You remembered?
No.
You could take any kind of wrapper that had like foil on one side and paper on the other, like a gum wrapper. And if you could separate the paper from the foil, you could then stick the foil down to a surface
The
and like
wheat
rub
from
it
the chaff.
smooth. It was great. It was
Yeah,
great. We used
that-
to do it in like
There's got to be a picture of that table
in
somewhere.
school when we were like bored. The custodians probably hated
So
it.
yes, that's the pinnacle. We need the
So we
warehouse
silver
podcast.
leafed
Yeah,
the
we need the
table.
warehouse podcast setting, and that table has to be a part of it.
And
That's
so there's there is already a Lego minifig of a person in a banana suit. So that's probably got to be part
I
of
was
it too.
just gonna
Yeah.
say. I was gonna
Lube.
say we gotta have lube in the banana suit. You're exactly
Nice.
right. We'll get a Buddy the podcast dog in there. We'll get Mansion there. All a menagerie. Trying to think of like what other like
Scripts. There has to be like little paper
little
scripts.
pieces. Yeah. I'm there are amazing Lego people out there that I'm sure could just cook up their own thing and it'd look as professional as a real Lego set would be. I've so often felt the pull to get into Lego, just
I
like
love Lego.
creation, but I know it's too expensive and too time consuming.
I just did that Iron Man.
Your
What, just
thing,
to have buckets of different pieces that
well, it'd be like to bring up this conversation. It'd be like train people where they go down in the
United
basement. It's like time to do the trains, and I'd be like, time to do the Lego. Go downstairs and build things for like 7 hours, and be like, it's a firehouse. Here's where
So-
the fire
no,
captain
but like
goes.
buying actual sets or only building like having buckets of a bunch
No,
of
no, no.
different
I would want
colors?
build. Yeah, I don't want a set. I want to build.
Well, we had a teacher last year who did a lot of like yard sale hunting, and she had just buckets and buckets and buckets of Lego that she got from yard sales. So it was like, pieces of sets and like just all kinds of stuff. And she loaned it to me for my classroom.
You ruined it.
And we would spend so much time just building all kinds of different things. And like at the time, the kiddo was really into like,
The one from the bus.
no, definitely not. Def was into like doing like collabs. And he was into, what was it, Rainbow Friends at the time. And it was like, let's do a Rainbow Friends Starbucks collab. And we would make all kinds of stuff. And I got to tell you, he would like get up to go to like lunch, and I'd still sit there. It'd be like my lunch period, and I'd be sitting there playing with our Lego.
I
And it
didn't
was
know these
really
were called
fun.
Rainbow Friends. I know these things.
Oh yeah.
Nicky Hill, your basement had a massive Lego town, right?
Correct.
When your childhood basement, I should say. Is that's I'm sure that's been disassembled.
Oh yeah. My nieces have all those pieces and like they've built their
Pieces,
own world.
pieces.
Oh, you've kept all the Lego and that they have it now?
I
That's so
remember
cool.
you're
And
thinking
they've got like
that was
the
amazing.
last time I went over their house, their whole like living room, which is, basically the one side of their living room is maybe almost the size of like your living room, and it's just covered like the floor. You can't even walk in there.
It's like a minefield. That's cool. Man, were they all yours or were they your sisters and then yours and then
ours together. Yeah.
What would she build it too? Like the stuff that was in the basement?
Yeah.
Wow, what a great childhood memory. I hope.
I don't remember it, but yeah. It's
I
nice.
said I hope because I knew you were going to have something where I was like, nope.
I don't
Yep.
remember anything. much.
Exactly.
I knew that it wasn't going to be.
But
like,
even
you're
if
right.
I did remember it, it would be like, yeah, I remember
Yeah.
how horrible that
I
was.
stepped on a
'cause of
Lego
this.
once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
nothing horrible about it. I just don't remember it.
I remember it, and it was a good part of my childhood because I remember seeing it a few times. And I was like, I want to touch it all, but I'm too afraid to touch anything.
Oh, I let you touch it.
Didn't JTS bring over a pirate ship that we did?
Yes,
Yeah.
that
And
they did.
JTS and Luke did the Yoda
Yeah, they.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
at your parents.
Yes, that's true. Mom Brain just did a Lego Iron Man.
Well, just the art
Yeah,
with the little pips.
it's the little pip pieces. Yeah, but
but I
that's
did
still
put
awesome.
together the NES and the TV.
And we got another.
I think it's a fever dream that we have the Infinity Gauntlet. Because I thought we bought it, but it's nowhere to be.
See, I never thought we had it, and you
Oh.
kept
No,
saying
you
we
had,
did.
You had an Infinity Gauntlet,
But
glove
not a
that you
Lego
put
one,
on,
yeah.
not the Lego.
Yeah,
I
she kept
could've
saying we had the
sworn
Lego
we
glove,
did.
and I'm like, we didn't buy that. I
I
don't.
mean, that thing's several $100s. I think.
Yeah, we never got that ever.
I guess not.
But we got the Lego Iron
Were
Man. I gotta
the-
hang it up.
The Yoda and was it the Death Star? Is that the other one, or what was the other one they had?
The Star Destroyer.
The Star Destroyer.
Star
Were
Destroyer.
those JTSs?
Yes. Yes, both of them were.
That's my like. Sorry, who just posted that? Dre Gamer has like a snow cottage set. Like so, every year Lego puts out now
Mhm.
another piece of like a Christmas, like a holiday snowy
Oh, I didn't know that.
set. So last year, I'm a year behind. They're $100 a piece.
Mm.
Hi, Microtic.
Although there's some Lego stores, they sell damaged boxed sets for a small percentage off.
Man, Drake, I really
So
like
if you
this
ask,
thing.
So
they
do
might
I.
have sets that are the boxes are a little bit crushed, like in their store.
Because if you had a bunch of them, you'd have a village, and that's like,
well, that's what I'm doing.
yeah.
But I'm a year behind. So last year I did the 2020 version I got, or 2021. It's like a house with like a little kid and two parents, and it has a tree that like has a little battery set. So when you push down on the tree, there's clear pieces throughout the tree. So
That's
it
cool.
lights up like and they also have a big Christmas tree actually. It's like a foot tall or something. And this year I have to do the Main Street, which is like 3 buildings and a little trolley and stuff. They're great sets. The
I
Home
didn't know
Alone
this
house,
existed.
the Home Alone house.
Oh, he saw that at
opens
Target.
up,
Yes.
and it's like a
Wow.
full play set,
I
like
bet that's
dollhouse.
great.
That one's I think like $300 or $400.
But it's so cool.
and where do you put it though? It's huge.
Yeah.
Like it would take up
That's
at
like
least
a
half
Christmas.
of this table.
You put it under the tree
need a
instead
Lego
of a,
room.
instead of a menorah.
no,
or
but like
whatever.
where do you put it in
Wait,
the
you don't use a
off-season?
menorah under
No,
the tree.
Put it under the tree. Yeah, definitely.
Like where do you put it in the off season? Like you need a room just for it.
Put that menorah under the Christmas tree, please.
Manger is what I meant to say. The
I
menorah.
actually recently had to help write a behavior plan for a kid who refused to take apart any Lego creation that they made. So like the parents were like, we don't have room
Yeah.
for any more of these.
Why doesn't he
Like,
build them a new Lego house?
Well, that's the other thing too. With like this, that's like going to be my snow village.
Mhm.
But so like I have to buy bins that can fit the pieces,
yeah,
so that I can just like gently place it in.
absolutely.
The
You
other
mean
thing
like
that I have that
A
I really,
box
what's
Yeah,
that?
like a tub.
No, the box
for your trinkets?
You'd have to break. What? Oh.
Thank you.
The other thing that I
trinkets.
really like that I suggest to anyone who either likes Lego or has kids and wants to do something with them, they sell a Lego wreath.
Mhm.
It's,
Keep in mind, sun damage destroys the color of Lego sets. Said perfectly at the perfect time, Mike
Wow,
Product. There you
yeah.
go.
yeah, so I don't put the wreath on my front door.
Yeah,
But,
that
like,
wreath is awesome.
It's not a huge wreath, but it's really nicely made. It can also be a centerpiece for a table, or like almost like an advent wreath. But yeah, I think it's really nice, especially if you have kids or something. Like I just love that these are things that you can make and you can display.
Yep.
And
Yep.
yeah, I don't know if I would buy one of the podcast room, but that would be
Well, I would buy one of the podcast room. I mean, that's
Well,
ridiculous.
50%.
I do have the Simpsons house that I never built. that's just sitting in the box. I mean, I also
Not
have
opened or
unopened. Same with those Lego sets that they
See what you've
or
done here,
Lego
super duper
Nintendo
pooper
sets.
scooper? We're all Lego appreciators, but we yearn to be more. We
Legos
want
are fun.
we want Lego
Yeah, I
more.
really enjoy putting together Lego sets, and I enjoy
r-
playing just free.
Room is the problem. You're right. That's all it is. Not enough room for this stuff. All right, let's do some music trivia. Send your music to goninpod@gmail.com.
where do I send this music?
goninpod@gmail.com. Please put music in the title. You guys are killing it. We're over 300 again. You refuse to let it drop. You're filling it up each week. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you.
I
Come on, Brain.
You want to hear it? You
I do want to hear it.
Oh.
Music.
Now, before we do music,
Oh boy.
I have.
You're doing that thing that I don't like on podcasts where like we're gonna do the thing, and then you're like, now before the thing.
Well, I have a.
We're gonna do that.
It's smart though. That's how you get people
She's
to
right.
listen to the message.
I feel like this gets shorter every week. I have a bad video game description.
Perfect. I love those.
Yeah. So can you take back your?
No, I still feel the same way, but yes, we'll do it.
My goodness.
I'm being honest.
I feel
He
like
also doesn't like when Mom Brain gives dead air, but he's fine with like looking things up and having dead air. Right?
Yeah.
All right. We went down. Let's not do this again.
bad game descriptions from Callus. Kalas. So I apologize if I have.
You mean the guy sitting next to you?
Ooh.
Oh, man.
So the message is, howdy, Callus here. Tried to come up with a few bad descriptions. I hope they're not terrible.
Hey, better hurry it up.
Yes, I want to stress this isn't about you sending in the email at all. I just,
kidding.
like I said, when I listen to podcasts and they say we're going to do this thing and then they don't do the thing, I'm like, let's do the
Well, then
thing.
we need a new plug.
Geez,
for
we could be
whatever
doing
for
the thing
segment.
already, but
Yeah.
We need a new segment.
Just wait till I tell you about the eel pit. You're never going to see it.
Oh, I know.
okay. So number one,
It's a H3 thing.
mount a narrow wood plank with wheels or pay the ultimate price.
Tony Hawk.
No.
One more time, please.
Mount a narrow wood plank with wheels or pay the ultimate price.
Skate or
Skate or
die.
die.
You got it.
Skate or die. Die. Die.
Well done. The second one is man utters catchphrase after being pulled into an action-packed realm to save girlfriend.
Engine a go-go, baby.
Oh, wow.
Was it really?
Yeah, it's
That's really good.
Beautiful Joe.
Beautiful
You got it.
Joe.
Wow. Good for you.
and the last one really gets me. I love it. Rotating solid materials for free on a website.
Tetris.
Yeah.
Nice.
Of course.
And Callus says, keep up the awesome work.
Thank you, Callus. We'll try our best.
All right.
We tried and we failed.
No.
So
I mean, like Callus, they're still really nice.
Kalas. I'm guessing
so
it's
it is?
It's Kalas.
Oh.
I'm
Bring out
sure
the
that
whole
means
ocean.
something.
this one comes from Spaniel
DJ Callus?
53.
Never mind.
That's great. Why do I recognize this?
I think I played it, but I don't know for sure.
Kalas is the name of the protagonist in the Baten Kaitos franchise.
Is this Baton Kaitos?
It's not.
I do want to say it's an RPG.
It looks like one.
What system?
Switch.
Triangle strategy.
Yes.
This man's on
Guessing,
fire.
baby. It's all the power of the
Man.
mustache.
That was from Spaniel 53.
That's got to be it.
This one comes from Akumaju.
Hmm.
Oh, I love it.
It's
love
pretty
it.
great.
Do you think this is new, made to sound all Darmsy? Gotta be.
The reverb is what's throwing me because everything else sounds right. Like the sound font and everything sounds right, but that reverb, that could be done. Whoever's doing it, if it's new, paid really close attention to original stuff.
I mean, it just feels like a new composition.
I don't recognize it at all. So, what is it on, Mom Brain?
Switch.
It's awesome.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
I love it though. Man, it's great.
We giving up?
I don't know.
Nicky Hill?
I'm out.
We're out, Mom Brain.
Infernax.
You know, I almost reviewed that game and I gave it to somebody else on the team to review. Son of a butt.
Man, it was a good song though. My
Akumaju,
goodness.
Gotcha.
What kind of a game is that?
It's like a retro. It's a new game, but it's
Platformer?
I think it's got some Metroidvania elements to it.
Oh.
Here comes one from Nico Darunia.
Starting to sound familiar. It was, but now I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I got nothing.
Give up?
Yeah.
Not surprisingly. It is Pokemon Ultra Sun
Son
and
of a
Pokemon
butt.
Ultra Moon.
You get me, people. You get me.
Try new fans. All right. This one comes from Porpoise Muffins.
Do we say that on a family show?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, geez, Louise. All right. Please hold. It's a Spotify situation. I can't get logged in presently. So
Don't
it's
just go to
gonna have
YouTube
wait.
and search the same song.
So while I do that, this one comes from Turbo K.
Man, we had a few good weeks there guessing songs. We're screwed this time.
This is a pretty thing, though. It's a lovely thing.
Sorry, it's crunchy.
It's all crunchy for us.
Is it an RPG?
Because it's going live into
I have no idea.
It'd just be a guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. It's lovely, though.
It's Hoa.
Oh, I haven't played that yet.
It is very nice, and it looks pretty too.
You played it?
Well, there you go.
Nice tune.
Okay, so this one is the one from Porpoise Muffins. Just okay, it should work out. Oh, for Pete's sake. Never mind.
Never mind Ed or never mind what?
No, it wasn't the actual thing that I needed. It was like a clip from the game.
If you tell me the
Don't
song,
you
I'll find it
tell
on
us
YouTube
the-
for you.
the name of the song.
Movie phone.
This is so annoying. I'm sorry. All right, I'll keep looking. And while I do, this one comes from Knock on Wood.
Mutant Muds.
Didn't buy you much time.
Next, please. Let's get back to that one.
It's gonna work this time. Knock on wood.
So, we're gonna try again from Porpoise Muffins.
Third time's a charm.
Let's see. Let me just make sure. Yep, there's an ad that we have to get through.
Tony Hawk, his bones are breaking.
1-0.
He needs
Okay.
turmeric. Boy, it would have been great if we could have gotten it after all that. But we're too stupid.
Wii Music.
No.
You know, we need a new game of, or a new like version or whatever.
Beyond Good and Evil.
Electroplankton.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how that game sold. I can't imagine well, but I'll never forget it. That was the first time I ever got quoted by Nintendo. I went to Nintendo.com and they had my quote next to the game on the front page. And I sharded myself. I can say sure.
They didn't even ask, huh? They just took it.
You don't have to. It's only politeness when they ask.
It's politeness, isn't it?
I got.
Meanwhile, if you take somebody's words and repost it, it'll come down on you.
Well, sourcing news and promotions are different from one another, but yes.
Are we gonna guess the song?
I don't,
You don't know?
I'm afraid I don't know.
Wow, why are you in a rush now,
Because I
Mom?
can't stand listening to it crunchy like
I
that.
thought the
Drives me
music was
bananas.
just cause for us to be reminiscing.
Well,
Nope.
Mom Brain ruined that wonderful moment. Go ahead, Mom Brain. What is it?
It is from Beacon Pines.
Oh, and you played it and you couldn't guess.
Beautiful music in that game. Beautiful narration. Just really
Yeah, that was a lovely tune. I liked it.
Just want to make it clear to Porpoise Muffins that you are not upset with them. Oh, that's where you jump in and be like, yeah.
You said did you not just say I want to make it clear that you are not upset?
You are not upset. Yeah.
Yeah.
About why
I thought
she
you were
wanted to
making a
stop
statement.
playing the song. No, the speaker is.
Yeah, I thought you would be like, yeah, I'm not upset, but instead you went with silence. So.
Well, I thought you were just trying to speak for me, and I. just
Okay,
wanted to do
well, go right ahead. You say how you feel.
that. No, thank you. I'd rather not. This one comes
Wow.
from Jess I know Purpose Muffins. I am not at all upset.
This
Super
is
Mario
Super
64.
Mario 64.
It sure is.
Dire Ducks.
This is a good one. This is a good one.
All right. That was from Jess I. The next one we have.
Also, I just want to say, Jess, Mom Brain is very upset with you. I'm kidding. Sorry, I was just joking.
I'm not upset. This one comes from Rosemary the Farmer.
What are we doing here?
This feels like a Nintendo art style game or something.
We're farming, we're making a house, we're playing a puzzle game.
Is it Clubhouse games?
It's not.
Any of those things I said make any sense?
Maybe.
Animal Crossing.
Maybe you don't know, or maybe you're being coy.
I'm being coy.
Okay.
I'm not being mad though.
Fae
but
Farm.
To be clear. No.
It doesn't sound first party to me. Is it first party, Mombry?
Pretty sure it is.
Oh no. What system?
Switch.
Wii Sports.
No.
Building cozy farm.
Switch Sports.
Switch Sports. That's.
No.
Did I say Wii Sports? Nice. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good.
Was that Nintendo Land or whatever? That was on the Wii U. Or was that, so it's not on the Switch. So. Tears of the Kingdom.
Nope.
I don't think so.
So.
I don't know. Go ahead. I don't know.
P-Cross S2.
Oh, so it was a puzzle game.
I would have never got that.
This
And
one
it's
comes.
not Nintendo.
Oh, I thought it was.
No, they've collaborated with that company before, but Jupiter does all the Picross games on their own.
This one comes from Matthew
Real
Brown.
out of this world game.
Killer track.
I feel like I played this.
I don't know.
Switch?
Might have. Yeah.
I can see a game in my head.
This is cool. Transistor.
Does it have a weird name?
I mean, not particularly.
Yeah, those notes. Yeah, I recognize this. I wish I could remember the name of the company I'm thinking of. I'm blanking on everything. Do you have the name of the company? If it's that company, I'll agonize over it. If it's not, I'll give up.
Agonize.
You want me to tell you, developer? It looks like it's Pixpil.
Okay, I'm out.
Pixpil.
Yeah, I'm out.
I'm also out.
I was never really.
The game is Eastward.
I played Eastward. That's in Eastward? What's the name of the song?
I think it's Final Boss.
You know, and that
Never beat
noise, I don't even know how to describe it. I was like, I know that noise. Oh, wait, that's wrong. Boy, that's disappointing. That's really disappointing.
Eastward and down.
The final song for this week comes from
Final.
Mikey3319.
I think we have one more song.
This is the 10.
We did 10? I have 9 written down.
Yes,
You marked the last one as 9. I saw you do it.
Okay, I'll
So this
trust you
would be
guys.
this
I'll
would be
trust you
10,
guys.
I think.
Unless you've been marking before we.
That's what I was doing. Dude.
Oh, okay. That's what you were doing.
I'll trust you guys.
I'm sure people listen on the channel. Keep track.
I mean, I'm happy to put another one up there.
What? Jesus. I don't even know the system. The style of song makes me think N64.
It is.
Some bad Extreme G.
Nope.
Turok.
Extreme G 2.
No.
Some bad racing game.
Nope.
Oh, some bad fighting game?
No.
Some bad. That's what I'm getting. Some bad licensed game.
Yep.
Jurassic Park.
No.
License on the N64. What the hell could this be? That's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Sorry. This was.
Earthbound.
Yeah.
I can't even think of licensed games on the N64.
Blade.
James Bond Jr.
No.
Transformers.
Uh-uh.
A WWF game.
No.
Just throwing it out there. I don't know.
Star Wars.
Predator. Alien.
Xena. Hercules.
None of the above.
All right, we're out.
I don't know.
My apologies. It was Spider-Man
Oh God.
Wow.
from Mikey3319. And
Well, are we going?
we're going.
Storvis Corbin said that was 3 out of 10.
Oh dear.
He typed 3 out of 9. Oh, now he typed 3 out of 10. Okay, he says 10. He says 10.
All right.
We're stopping it there. Storvis Corbin, hi, and thank you for keeping track. And 3. We had 3
Rough
good.
one.
We had 4 good music weeks in a row, and that one was. You got us.
We
You
had
got
it
us.
coming.
We did. We were riding
There was some
flying too close to the sun.
Good songs though. Some of them,
That's true.
like
That's
really
true.
good.
I should have got that Eastward one. I should have got that. Well, that's it. Unless you got anything, do.
I'm afraid I didn't. Oh my goodness! Let me just check.
Ooh.
Oh, it's coming across the desk right now.
Wow, we're so lucky.
We are lucky. So Deux views. It's never news. Room of the week with Deux Michaels. So, ladies and gentlemen, you may or may not know that I've got my finger on the pulse of the rumors in the video game industry. I've got spiders and flies all over the realm, looking for news and tidbits that I can share with everybody before they should be shared. And here's one of them. There is a note that I'd like to make about this week's rumor before we begin. Normally, the rumors, meaning that we don't know if they are true or not. In this case, we know for a fact that it is 100% true. So really exciting this week to do this one. So we spoke earlier about Fortnite and how Epic was trying to get Nintendo characters into their games. Nintendo was against it, so they said no thank you. Epic was like, you know what? We don't need you. We'll make our own Nintendo-esque characters. And starting on the next Fortnite update, we're going to be introduced to Wah Jonesy, ladies and gentlemen. Wah Jonesy is coming to Fortnite.
You heard it here first.
And that is true. So there you go. And
Jonesy is a big Fortnite character. If you didn't know,
and Wah,
yes,
It's like Rio.
it's like Rio. Yes, exactly right.
So so that was worth the wait, everyone.
big
Thanks
scoop.
very much for listening.
Hey,
Wow.
you're just giving the news that comes across your desk. That's fine. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Everybody look forward to the Wah Jonesy skin, which I'm sure will be 1,500 V-Bucks or something like that. That's what we got. And
I'm surprised they haven't done that yet. That's
Wah Jonesy.
yeah.
Maybe now they will.
Right.
They got that. Well, I mean,
Makes
we.
sense.
I'm
It's,
sorry, they're doing it.
Yeah.
I don't
Now-
know why I
now
would
they
say maybe
are.
now,
But
but
like it took them so long to just have like that. It's a gentle nod, but respects are
Like a
paid.
gentleman.
well, thanks everybody who. Oh, look at that lovely image. I didn't see that before. A nice holiday-related image. That's pretty cool. Thank you everybody for watching live. Thanks for everybody
Look
listening at
forward
home.
to,
Also,
Raw Whip coming out.
congrats again to Video Game Guru on his win. I will get you your list of games. You can pick something. Hopefully, there's something you want. But that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Have a nice life.
Goodbye.
It's I was listening to Tim Heidecker's podcast earlier, and he played clips of Trump, and apparently Trump's new goodbye is have a nice life.
Oh,
and I thought
okay.
it would be funny if I started saying it. It's not as funny when I say it. It sounds kind of like we're never going to speak again.
Sounds like somebody's dying.
yeah, so I probably won't say that anymore. But
We got after show. Anybody anything anybody wants to talk about?
Wonka?
Go right ahead. We
Oh,
saw Wonka
yeah.
yesterday.
It was
yeah.
lovely. Absolutely lovely. We weren't really into it because from the previews and stuff, it was like
I wasn't into it at all from the trailers.
And I'm an OG Gene Wilder, Willy Wonka fan, big time. And so I was like, no, thank you. And then we found out that it was by the Paddington people.
Well,
and
Mom
I was
Brain
like,
knew, and she was holding out on me. I didn't know.
Yeah. And I was
But
like,
when I found out, I was like, we got to go see
I was
Wonka.
like, you know what? Yes, please. So we went and saw it last night. Delightful. There were a couple of scenes in it that I was laughing at more than
They were written for Mom Brain, exactly.
yeah.
They were good.
Where's
I liked them.
Oh, so it was Friday. Was that opening night?
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
wow.
The theater was.
Not packed.
You'd think I was
Well,
seeing
how
the
late were-
Marvels or something.
How late were you there?
7.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Early night, too.
Real quickly, Jovial. We didn't see Boy and the Heron yet because we want to see the dub, and the dub is playing at really weird times. I want to see the dub because of the voice cast in it, and it's weird times. So either
Really?
I'm going to bite the bullet and see it subbed, which I don't mind, but very rarely do I want to see it dubbed specifically for the actors. So I'll see it subbed before it's gone, but haven't seen it yet.
I just found out yesterday that Die Hard is being re-released in theaters just
it's
for like
there.
one night.
It's at the theater
Or,
we go
like,
to.
One
Oh, really?
time a
It was
night.
on the sign, yeah.
Holy crow!
Um,
Holy crow!
This week. I don't know. I'm assuming it's just for like the holiday time.
so yeah, Wonka, go ahead.
Come out to the
and-
coast.
No, I really liked it, and I think if you're looking for something to like see with your family, it's just a real good feel good.
It's in the same vein as a Paddington as
Yeah.
far as that
Really?
theme
You
of
very
feeling
much
good.
get the
Feel,
idea
yeah.
that the
So it's
Paddington
just
theme is
another
on it.
case
It's not a
of, like-
rehash of Paddington, but you're like,
Because
all
the
the-
original
all the-
doesn't, it's not a feel good movie really. I mean, it's
Yeah.
a fun movie, but it's
well,
not.
this movie has not as strong uncomfortable moments, but it has uncomfortable moments.
It's a classic like Roald Dahl kind of like bad stuff,
There's-
that's like comical.
I don't want to say like the specific stuff you like in Paddington is here, but the vibe is definitely
Right.
there.
It's not. It's based on, but it's not coming from any Roald Dahl source, right?
The Roald Dahl people were involved,
Oh, they were.
but I don't
Um,
think it's like specifically like they used any of the book. They may have.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't. It's
Does
been a while.
do the books? Is there a backstory to Wonka?
There might be. But I also thought it was really great that throughout this Wonka, there were several really good nods to like my favorite Willy Wonka.
Right. As opposed to Tim Burton, who just like was like, that doesn't exist in my world.
I also said to Mom Brain after the movie, I was like, I really appreciate that in this, they don't try and explain why Wonka can do all the things that he can do or how he makes these magical candies or why he acts the way he acts. It's just that's who he is, and they go with it, because I was afraid it's a prequel. It's going to be like, learn about how Wonka became Wonka. It's not that. Like, it's like, learn about how Wonka made a factory.
I
That's
love
not even
how
really
they,
what
like,
it is, but
they also made it
That's-
feel like it was you seeing him young, and so there were things that you're used to, like the Gene Wilder Willy Wonka doing, but not everything. Like you could see the personality, you could see some of his, like even some of like Timothée Chalamet got some of Gene Wilder's like mannerisms
yeah.
just right.
Cool.
And my favorite was one of the well, I guess I don't want to give any spoilers, but there was like one of my favorite moments in the Gene Wilder Willy Wonka. There's something he says
You got
that was said in this Wonka, and it was just so
Spoiler
like
alert, he says chocolate.
it was just nice. It was just really like it was nice to see.
The one of the things, well, I really appreciate that the movie doesn't play nostalgia up for nostalgia's sake. And
Yeah.
anytime it references the original, which really isn't a ton, it's done because it's meaningful, not because it's like, hey, remember this from the first
it was,
movie?
like,
It's not like that at all.
in little details, and some of
Yes.
them they were all like unannounced details,
Yeah.
which was I like that they did that. I thought that was nice.
Because when I saw the trailer, I was like, oh, this doesn't look good at all, which is what I thought about Paddington. So
No, well, I mean, it's the marketing people or whatever.
Yeah.
They edited it together. They don't want to give things away.
Yeah.
They want to play up
well, what I
like,
saw in
the
the trailer and what I saw in the movie was completely
family-friendly
different.
fantastical side of it, and like out of context, it's a little harder to just.
More than
So-
any trailer I can think of, out of context, I saw Timothée Chalamet as Wonka, and I was like, oh boy, that looks rough. And in the movie, never thought that once. Perfectly fine. I would say he was good. Like
Kind of like Chris Pratt.
everybody's good.
as an
No, he's
Italian
great.
plumber.
Yeah, everybody in the movie's good.
Yeah.
It's got that like
I heard Chris Pratt's
It's
going
got
to play
that,
Wonka
like-
in the sequel to the prequel.
classic
Yep.
certain style of kids movie. I don't know how to put it.
I want to say fairy tale. I want to say
Where characters are acting how it's just that certain style of movie. Like, it's not how people would act in real life, but it
it's
feels
how
like that
kids-
kind of movie.
but it's like how kids would see.
Yeah.
It's very Roald Dahl, right? Like it's like through
Yes.
the eyes of a kid.
And there's also like very adult things that are given a child twist, like spoiler alert, chocolate is used as like an addiction for adults. So it's not like people drink too much or smoke too much. It's like they eat too much chocolate all the time and they get bribed with chocolate, and so which I really like.
So it's set in modern day. It's a true story.
Yeah, exactly. Wonka has a gun in this, by the way. I should have said that.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it was really good. And the last 15 minutes or so, I felt were like
No chocolate.
really strong. Like I was like, the movie was good, and then the last 15 minutes like really poured on everything that I liked, and I was like, oh man, they really did it.
Yeah, you like
And
wanted to cheer at the end.
those
like,
last 15 minutes, I was like, I got emotional a few times during the movie, but the last
Ooh.
15 minutes, I was like, oh man, I was like, the best way to put it is, it was Paddington. Like I was like, this is what the Paddington people do. They get this kind of emotion out of you, and it was just like,
there was
woo, it was good.
there was a moment at the end that I was like, if I could have that experience, like it would be so wonderful, and I can't. And that's like what got me. Like it was like, oh, like I like lost it, because it was. I think a lot of people would love to have that experience and can't.
Yeah.
And so it was just like a lovely, like it punctuated the movie.
You know what the movie does really well? Restraint. It has restraint. It doesn't go all in on everything from the other movie.
Yeah.
Like it uses those things to further the story and bring the audience in more, rather than just like nostalgia fest. Like everything was just, it was, I read the reviews. I heard it was good. I was surprised. I found out the Paddington people were involved. I knew I wanted to see it. It still ended up being better than I thought it would. My only gripes were, I thought it was a little long, not aggressively long. I cut 10, 15 minutes maybe, could have been condensed or something. I don't know. The only egregious problem I have with it is auto-tune. There are a lot of songs in the movie, totally fine. The songs are pretty good. There's some really good songs, but everyone is auto-tuned to hell, which takes the authenticity out of the singing for me. It drives me nuts. And of all of them, Timothée Chalamet is the one that's most auto-tuned, clearly.
He's also the one that does most of the singing.
Yes,
so.
almost every song. No, he literally sings every song. The other ones have.
Yeah.
There's one he doesn't sing.
I wasn't keeping track.
Scrub, he doesn't sing.
Maybe not.
Because it's the other people that work at the place.
Scrub.
But that's exactly how they say it in the movie.
Jub.
But yeah, so I really don't like that. But other than that,
Also,
love the movie.
I meant to bring this up on my way home today.
Anastasia Bieber has it says the shower scene afterwards in the prison was risque, but it worked.
I saw a truck that was,
This is real life?
yeah, on the way home today from when I was out and about. It was, what you would expect, and had a sticker on the back window that said pro-life, pro-God, pro-guns. And I thought,
Hell yeah.
Why are we ending the show like this?
it was just a very interesting.
Well, if you want one, we'll get it for you.
Uh-huh.
You know what I think about
She's
every time we walk past
laying
our
hands
car
for
and we have
Christmas
that little,
presents.
that little magnet on it to tell people that we're not horrible people. But I'm like, they don't believe it. They know.
Yeah, I guess it's a shame that because there's so many other talented actors that really pour themselves into their characters. I'm sorry to
No, totally fine.
shift gears, but Andrew Garfield couldn't
Hagar.
play
Lasagna.
piano, couldn't sing, and wanted so badly to do that Tick Tick Boom movie, which is about a playwright or
was a great movie.
and composer, and so like he learned all those things just for that role. And now you have like Timothy Chalamet, where they're just like, just throw some auto tune over it.
Well, he
Like
could
I
have
don't know
been
how
just
hard.
insufferably bad.
Yeah, I don't know
Like,
how
some
hard
people
he
just
tried
are.
to do that. I also don't know the time frame that they had. So many companies just want to churn.
I at
content
least
out.
give him credit for saying he's like, that's all auto tune. In interviews, he's like, whatever you hear, you like it or not, that's auto tune. He's like, I can't sing. So he's like, the auto tune's really doing the heavy lifting
But
there.
I still think with like some training, he probably could have done better. Probably.
Let's
right?
try that on Lube and we'll see how it works. Because I don't know anyone who's more tone deaf than Lube. So
Well,
it'll be a real challenge.
I witnessed somebody take somebody who was tone deaf and was like, they were like, match this tone, and they sang it. The person couldn't hit it, and then flipped it around.
Yeah.
And nailed it.
So it's possible.
Yeah. I
It
mean,
is
that's
possible.
not something that's like lasting,
Yeah.
but like
If you practice,
you can practice and you can work things like I'm saying. I don't know the time frames that they had or whatever.
It's just like it's kind of like just do it how you did it in the old days, where you'd get somebody to sing over Christopher Plummer and just have that be the
and
thing.
that's not even the old days. Like that, even recently, like up until
Right.
a few years or whatever, they would do that. But now there's like so much emphasis on it's them singing, but like it's not.
It's not.
But
So
it's-
might as
yeah,
well use someone
it's
else's
not.
real voice.
Anastasia Bieber hasn't says, just to correct something I said that was wrong. He said, Chalamet also doesn't sing Sweet Tooth and, of course, the Oompa Loompa song. He does not sing.
Ah.
So
How
there you go.
And you're
How
down
was
on
the
my
Oompa Loompas?
knees.
Very sparingly used and fine. I said to Mom Brain afterwards, I was like, the special effects that they use on that, like, I don't care about a movie, doesn't affect how I feel about the movie, but I can recognize when something's impressive. I was really impressed with that. The fact that they computer generated his whole body, everything but his head,
what about
and
that,
the way it
what about that story about that?
the way it matched, like nothing in the acting looked off, nothing looked weird at all. Like I was like, wow, after the stink he put up, like it looked good. I didn't have any complaints at all about it. Like I was very it's one of the most impressive like CG things I can think of in recent memory, that it matched up so well. So
Wow.
but yeah, he's fine.
Good night, Dre Gamer.
Well, we're done here. He's fine.
Good night, Dre Gamer.
Well, we're done here. Thanks for watching.
done here.
Thanks for listening. Play some games, rest, relax. You deserve it. We'll see you next week. And that's all we got for you. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Have a nice life.
You said you weren't going to do that again.